We are Black Horse. We are Florida.
When in Miami, do as everybody else in South Florida does. Party, baby! It's the Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction, brought to you by the Clevelander and Tommy Bahama. We got a ball game to play. First of three, the Miami Marlins and the Philadelphia Phillies. Tonight's such a special night for everyone at Fox Sports Florida and the Marlins Foundation as we raise money for South Florida youth. We have terrific prizes, incredible experiences, and all kinds of fun waiting for you tonight. Hi, everyone. Rich Waltz along with Tommy Hutton.
Hi, Rich.
Along with Sarah and Danielle. We are in the Clevelander. We will televise this game tonight from the Clevelander. And, Tommy, it should be a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to all the prizes. You put together some great things for people to bid on. We have a game tonight, too, that's going to be interesting because it always is when the Marlins play the Phillies.
Let's get to the items, then we'll get to the ball game. Here are some of the things that you can get tonight. Start with the watch parties, a reverse road trip coming back in here, especially if you're a Philly fan. That's not a bad thing. Road trip to New York, the Field of Dreams experience, Tommy, always a good one.
And especially so here at Marlins Park compared to where the Field of Dreams used to take place.
All right, flip the switch, turn it over. Here you got the ultimate boat bash, a 50-person party on one of the biggest ships around. Bucket list, the golf package is a big one.
Golf package, I always look forward to playing golf with people. The bucket list is great. You can go to every South Florida sports event, league of their own. There are some great prizes tonight. Stay with us.
So that's the big board. We've also got the mini board. And on this night of all nights, the guy that shines the brightest is Craig Minervini because he's in charge of the boards. Let's go to him now. Craig?
Rich, I have the easy job, and that is to tell you what's going on in terms of the money. And I've got help tonight because Stephanie will be here all night. We're going to have some fun up here.
Yes, we are. Make sure you guys make your bids tonight.
She's been busy already. The bids are, we're up to over $15,000, $16,000 already. The high one is the one Tommy just mentioned right now, the Miami bucket list. That is the best seats in the house, including Jeffrey Laurier's personal 4 seats on the Florida Heat game. You'll go to all the games from the pro teams in town, a lot more. That's at $3,000. We're up to $1,600 on the road trip with the Marlins. That'll be a Marlins-Mets September Citi Field matchup this year. You don't have to wait long. That's next month. Also, I love the reverse road trip. The Marlins watch party is always fun. That's up to $1,100. So we'll keep you updated throughout the day, and we'll also have the mini board later on. Remember the number again. It's 305-480-FISH. Let's go back to Rich and Tommy in the beautiful Clevelander.
All right, let's take a look at the pitching matchup. You guys have been terrific, by the way. Here's the Sir Pizza pitching matchup for this ball game. Cole Hamels, Nathan Eovaldi.
Tell you the amazing thing about Cole Hamels, he's lost 6 games this year. 3 of those have been against the Marlins. Nathan Eovaldi looks sharp his first outing as a Marlin. Needs to get that slider and curveball over.
All right, let's do this, people. The Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction ready to go. It's Marlins and Phillies. Game on. It looks like the pool boy making his first appearance on the show. Let's go down to Allison and Jeff Conine. Guys?
All right, Rich, it looked like you and T-Hut were having a little bit too much fun out there in the Clevelander. You are supposed to have fun. It is the Fox Sports Fantasy Auction, but I think we should go probably keep an eye on them out there.
Well, I think camera 12 is going to be keeping an eye on them very closely.
Should be a lot of fun tonight. Remember, you can bid throughout our broadcast on several of the different packages we have available. If you want information on any of them, go to marlins.com/fantasy auction. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it is all for a really good cause. A labor of love for Rich. He puts a lot of work into this, and it all goes to benefit the kids and the youth here in South Florida. Should be a fun night, and yeah, there's some baseball to be played too. A good matchup here with the Phillies and the Marlins. It's always a good one when these two square off. You got T-Huts and Waltzy and the Clevelander. It's a fantasy auction extravaganza, bidding and baseball.
Florida is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today for great deals on an amazing lineup of Toyota vehicles. Toyota, moving forward. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Papa John's. Right now at Papa John's, get any large pizza, even specialties, for only $12. Roof closed, AC on, drinks are flowing. Good time out here in the Clevelander. Of course, we got baseball right around the corner. First, let's go up to the big board with Craig Minervini. Craig, what you got?
All right, Rich, the bids keep coming in here as Stephanie is changing some of the numbers. I want to talk about the Field of Dreams experience. Right now on the board, it is the low number, $600. Lauren Levy, here's what it's all about. Board item number 5, a suite for 22 to a Marlins regular season home game, catered. The catering alone is worth well more than that number, courtesy of Levi Restaurants for 22 people. You can use the visiting team's locker room to get ready. The official room, have your name shown on the Marlins vision for the game. You get right on the field and have a game. Kickball, softball, baseball, whatever you want, you get to play, believe it or not, right here on the same field that the Marlins and Phillies will be on in just a few minutes. It's really all these items, one of a kind. You can't find them anywhere. You can't find them online. You can find them here, and you can get them by bidding at 305-480-FISH. We're going to go through the items throughout the night, tell you about the numbers. The high one right now, the Miami bucket list, guys, is at $3,500 and counting. Let's go back to Rich and Tommy. It should be a fun night.
All right, Craig, thank you. Nice job up there. Craig up beyond center field. We're down here in the Clevelander. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. The Phillies come in at 52 and 62. And here's their lineup. Jimmy Rollins will lead it off at short. Juan Pierre is in left field. Pierre with an infield single for a walk-off win, the Phillies yesterday. Chase Utley and Ryan Howard are back. Dominic Brown is in right field. John Mayberry is in center. Of course, Hunter Pence and Shane Victorino no longer with the Phillies. We just saw Victorino. Kevin Franzen gets to start at third base. Eric Kratz is behind the plate. Chooch is on the disabled list. And there's a look at Nathan Eovaldi. That's right, Carlos Ruiz on the DL right now.
Yeah, I think one of the things we've seen with Nathan Eovaldi is, as you would expect for a 22-year-old pitcher, inconsistency, and especially with the slider and the curveball. Remember that first outing he had some consistency with those pitches, but in Atlanta he didn't. He needs to show that tonight. He has a good arm. There's no question about that.
And so Eovaldi now takes aim at Jimmy Rollins. Pinch a penny brings you the first pitch. And Eovaldi delivers a fastball that misses down low. Alfonso Marquez calling balls and strikes. Brian O'Nora, Chad Fairchild, and Tom Hallion on the bases for Eovaldi.
Rich, the other thing that got Eovaldi in lots of trouble in his last start in New York, 6 walks in his 5 innings of work.
He has faced the Phillies, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, lost 3-2 while a Dodger. And Rollins patient right now, ahead of the count 3-0. When Eovaldi pitched for the Dodgers, he got very little run support. That one misses, and Rollins a 4-pitch walk. Certainly not the recipe you want to start off with against a guy that can run.
Take a look at the Cleveland Clinic Florida defense with Austin Kearns. Hey, right in front of us in left field. Ruggiano and Stanton filling out the outfield. Greg Dobbs gets the start at third. Reyes, Solano, and El Caballo around the infield. And John Buck behind the plate.
Here's Pierre now. A lot of things can happen here. Charlie Manuel can start the runner. He can bunt with Pierre. He can hit and run with Pierre. So Eovaldi has to be ready. Rollins not running.
It's a one thing different than his start with the 6 walks in New York. Nobody scored. But this is a different ball club as far as speed, especially at the top of the lineup.
Yeah, you've got accomplished base stealers in Rollins and Pierre. And the Phillies have their thunder back. It's the first time they've been in here with Utley and Howard. Utley was just back when the Phillies arrived here in late June. Miami swept him in that series.
So Ryan Howard's first look at Marlins Park.
We'll see how he likes it. Rollins away, and he dives back in. The throw hits Rollins, and right now he's going to get on Carlos Lee and say, you got to catch that ball.
Jimmy Rollins saying right now to Carlos Lee, what'd you go tell Eovaldi, to throw it over here and hit me?
And the Phillies trading staff out to see to Rollins. That's sometimes that can seem like an innocent deal, diving back and getting hit by a throw. It put Franklin Gutierrez of the Mariners on the disabled list with a concussion.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that ball doesn't hit Jimmy Rollins, it's down the right field line.
There's a strike. And a nice applause, a smattering of applause as Eovaldi throws a strike, and it's 1-1. Eovaldi just 22. So this start number 4 with Miami. If you didn't hear yesterday or you didn't hear on the pregame, Rob Brantley is up. The young catcher that Miami received in the trade from the Detroit Tigers. Brantley has joined the team and is slated to start tomorrow night behind the plate on a Josh Johnson start. There's a look at him.
You and I got a chance to see him take some nice swings during batting practice.
Rollins still not running, and Eovaldi still not throwing strikes. And the count is 2-1. One of the problems with, and it goes further than the Marlins, but when you have a young starter and has come up through the minor leagues and is still quite young, pitch count is watched carefully, and Eovaldi has yet to pitch past 6 innings in a start for Miami. That one pulled foul.
Nice to see, actually threw the slider there to get the foul ball.
Randy St. Clair. Of course, Ozzie Guillen. Miami and the Phillies not where they expected to be, not where they wanted to be, but here they are in the first of a 3-game series. Eovaldi ready. Here's the 2-2. And it's out. And if Rollins hasn't run yet, he's more than likely running here.
There are the last 3 outings of Nathan Eovaldi. His 3 outings as a Marlin. And you can see the walks to strikeouts, not where he wants, and the innings pitched.
Rollins is running, and Pierre pokes it down the left field line. It's a foul ball. JP, of course, a terrific Marlin, and has had some very, very good years since leaving Miami, and played his last couple of seasons for Ozzie Guillen in Chicago. Was a White Sox in 2010 and 2011. 3-2 with Rollins running again. The roller to short. Reyes is going to have to go to first, and it's there in time. Rollins safe at second base. Rollins and Reyes, of course, know each other quite well, enjoy the camaraderie and the competition they've had with the Phillies and the Mets, now with the Marlins and the Phillies.
Yeah, a couple of guys, a couple of all-star shortstops that have battled over the years in the National League East.
The Phillies had to, once they decided they were out of the race, trade some very nice pieces. They still have some of the cornerstones of their World Championship team, and we'll see two of them here with Utley and Howard on deck. And of all these fastballs, strike to Utley.
And here's a guy certainly you're going to have to throw strikes to, because he doesn't go out of the strike zone very often.
Rollins in scoring position. We're just underway in Miami tonight. Good breaking ball.
Good slider. He's thrown a couple of good sliders. Threw one to Juan Pierre to get the foul ball, and this one with that good biting action down and into Utley.
Utley closing in on some pretty nice numbers in Phillies history. He's 8 home runs shy of Dick Allen for 8th all time in Phillies history. And then he pulls that one foul out in front of the Phillies dugout. 0-2. And there is Ryan Howard. Utley, of course, a knee injury that he has rehabbed tirelessly. Howard, the Achilles tear that he had on that last pitch in the Phillies postseason. Their loss in the division series to St. Louis. I think people forget how close the Phillies were to getting to the next round, to the NLCS. Game 5, that series came down to Chris Carpenter and Roy Halladay. And Carpenter beat Halladay 1-0.
You don't know if it would have ended the same way with Howard rupturing that Achilles, but he would have been missed had they moved on.
Well, the Phillies still have the big three,
and they still have Charlie Manuel.
Hard to believe this is the 8th year for Charlie Manuel in Philly. The years have flown by. 5 consecutive National League East titles, and obviously that streak probably going to end barring a miraculous run for the Phillies. That breaking ball misses in. Charlie amused that we were wearing shorts today, and happy to know that we were out here in left field, because he said now we'll have a clear view of you.
Yeah, another run that's in jeopardy. He's had 7 consecutive years of managing 500 or better teams too.
Well, Evaldi has tried to get Utley to bite twice, and the count's 2-2.
As we said, he doesn't go out of the zone too often.
Papa John's Fox Tracks. The Phillies, with their win yesterday, coupled with Miami's loss, Phillies are out of the basement. The Marlins are in the basement in the National League East. 11 under, the Phillies 10 under. Rollins still at second. He and Reyes have long since concluded their conversation. And Utley hits a fly ball out towards left. Kearns is over, and he's there, and he makes the catch.
You and I had that one all the way too.
One of the things we can see right away, it's very easy to see the ball off the bat, not only through the seats, but also up against the roof. That's where we are, our Tommy Bahama sign, but the rest of the Clevelander is hopping. I think dinner's being served right now.
Yeah, I think it is. We had a preview. We were able to get a preview of some of the nice snacks.
And we got the appetizer tray. Howard now, since coming back, 7 homers. He's driven in 18. And he fouls it back. I feel like we should get up and shift along with everybody else. The Marlins shifting for Howard. Not too extreme because of Rollins' presence at second.
And not as much in the outfield, which we always see. You're going to play close to straightaway in the outfield, but usually that infield shifts a lot over.
This is only game number 30 for Howard. He fights that one off.
Had he not been injured this year, he would have already passed the 300 home run mark. He's 7 away as it is right now. 293 career home runs.
And he'll be a Philly for a long time. Rollins, of course, getting a 3-year contract to start this season. And Howard is signed to a 5-year deal, and this is the first year of it. Back foot breaking ball. And it's 1-2. Randy St. Clair watching his young pitcher right now. 21 pitches into this first inning. And that fastball is up. And so Howard with the count 2-2.
You know, think about it, Rich. It's a learn and as you go process for Randy St. Clair too. Having not been around Eovaldi, and just this is 4th start as a Marlin.
The 2-2 hits it hard and foul. El Caballo was playing on the line, and then he fell on the line, and it got by him, but just foul. He almost looked like a hockey goaltender there. He slid his pads to the line. He had the line sealed.
He had the line covered. That's all you need to do. So you know if you don't catch it and it goes to your left, it's foul. Good pitch.
Kearns. And he makes the catch. It took a while, but Eovaldi gets through the top of the first. And a grin as he comes off. Scoreless. Goodyear has learned making tires that go the distance inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Here's the Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction. We are underway under the roof. Here's the Marlins lineup. Donovan Solano, Justin Ruggiano, and Jose Reyes, Carlos Lee, Giancarlo Stanton, Austin Kearns, Greg Dobbs, John Buck, and Nathan Eovaldi.
No question, Rich. Familiarity with Cole Hamels. But he's seeing a little different lineup from the Marlins in this one.
He is. Hamels making start number 23. Start number 22 was pretty darn good. One of the best in a while. In fact, his first shutout since 2009. He shut out Atlanta 3-0. Scattered 5 hits, struck out 6, walked no one. He's really been good his last 2 starts.
Here's the interesting thing, Rich. I really think with the Marlins being shut down yesterday by Capuano, a little different type lefty in Cole Hamels. Capuano works off his changeup. Hamels has a good changeup, but works off his fastball.
So can you explain the Marlins' success against a guy that not a lot of people have success against? I mean, he's 6-10 against Miami and 0-3 this year.
Do you realize he's 5-10 against the Mets?
Solano got jammed and dumps it into left field. A base hit. Pierre picks it up. A leadoff single for Donovan Solano.
I think at times a lot of it's a little psychological. Coventry Healthcare bringing you the scouting report. Yeah, 0 for 3. He's 0-3 against the Marlins this year. Triples up on the changeup. Yeah, lots of dollar signs recently for Cole Hamels.
The Phillies have the big 3 locked up, that's for sure, financially, in Hamels, Lee, and Halladay. I guess one of the questions is going forward, can they afford them?
What was it, 7 years, over $150 million for Hamels?
Ruggiano now with Solano at first. And Hamels with a strike. Ruggiano, along with the rest of the Marlins, had a long day yesterday against Capuano. Ruggiano was 0 for 4, and he struck out his last 2 times up. But a terrific year. Been really good against lefties. There's the change.
Yeah, he's maintained batting average over 400 against left-handers.
Solano the runner at first, and Hamels goes over there. Hamels has a decent move. He's 28 now. Of course, when he arrived in the big leagues, he was pitching and pitching well and had great success in the postseason. MVP of the National League Championship Series and the World Series in that magical 2008 run. And the changeup again. Ruggiano swings and misses.
See how the defense sets up tonight for the Phillies. Cleveland Clinic, Florida, bringing you that with Juan Pierre, Mayberry, Dominic Brown, one of their young talents. Kevin Franson, we saw him with the Giants a little bit a few years ago. Jimmy Rollins in Utley, Ryan Howard, and Eric Kratz behind the plate with Chooch on the disabled list.
It's odd watching a Phillies team come in here without Carlos Ruiz behind the plate. Almost as weird as seeing Shane Victorino in a Dodger uniform this past weekend.
And Ruiz having a tremendous year, hitting over 330, an all-star.
Now this is a good matchup for Reyes historically. 49 at bats, he's hitting 367. But remember, Reyes has that sore right thumb, and it bothers him the most when he swings from this side of the plate.
Yeah, Reyes, Carlos Lee, Austin Kearns, all with pretty good sample sizes against Cole Hamels.
0-2. Reyes trying to fight that one off, dumps it into right field, and it falls for a base hit. Solano around second, and he'll stop at third. And Miami had to throw to first. Reyes is in a rundown. Mayberry running him back. Rollins, Solano inching towards the plate. And Reyes is tagged out. Solano is stuck at third.
Well, I think you get to the point right there. If you get in that rundown, a mistake by Reyes, but then his mistake, you have to try to turn it into a run. And hopefully you get Solano to come in to score. Good read by Solano to sum this ball up that it wasn't going to be caught. He's over at third. Now, by now, Reyes has gotten in the rundown. He needs to get down the line a little farther. Reyes is trying to direct traffic. It's a tough throw for a second baseman. You would have loved to have done it when Howard had the ball. Even a tougher throw for him. But by the time he turned it over to Rollins, harder to score from third base. So the Marlins get nothing out of that when initially there was some good base running by Solano.
And it's left to Carlos Lee to get anything from this inning. Lee has 23 career at bats and a .261 average against Hamels, who misses low and inside. Lee has been terrific as a Miami Marlin. He doesn't have the power in terms of home runs that he had early in his career, but he still has that knack for driving in runs. As a Marlin, he's driven in 25. And as a Marlin, this is just his 35th game.
Well, and as a Marlin, this is just a great situation for him. 16 for 33 with runners in scoring position as a Marlin.
Changeup misses outside. Count 2-1. Glad you're with us tonight. If you're settling in, it's part of our Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction. We'll get you updated on the big board and the little board. If you'd like to play along with us at home, you can go to marlins.com/fantasy auction, marlins.com/fantasy auction for all of the items. The big board and the little board items are about to be revealed. Lee ready, and Hamels misses down low, and so Hamels loses Lee, and his consolation prize is Giancarlo Stanton. You see Stanton's numbers against the Phillies. Day off yesterday. The pattern has been a pair of night games, off for a day game, pair of night games, off for a day game, and here he is during his first week off the disabled list. Stanton ready, and a fastball has a swing at it, pops it out of play.
So you would expect in this series a pair of night games. And then the day game. What a matchup in the Wednesday day game, a getaway game for the Marlins and the Phillies. Roy Halladay and Mark Burley.
At the knees, Hamels gets a low strike. That's a pretty good pitch to hit for Stanton, who has good arm extension. He drives the ball well to right field. Solano and Lee at the corners. And now Hamels, who's thrown that changeup so well, goes a breaking ball, and Stanton strikes out. When we get back, we'll reveal the items on the little board. Hello. thanks to the folks at H.H. Gregg. Coventry Healthcare, scoreless ball game. Let's go up to Craig Minervini. Craig, what's up?
Hey, we've got the mini board just opening up, so we're going to swing you over here from our big board, which we'll get more to later. Over here, and we're also pleased to be joined by Anna Lee, of course, and Jordana. We'll get more airtime on Fox Sports Florida than any of us. The Fox Sports girls, are you ready to go to work?
We are so ready. We've got our pens ready, our wrists warmed up. We're ready to go.
Jordana, you got the first bid?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's put it on the board here. These are the mini board items. We'll start with the Emilio Bonifacio experience, the Friday night package with Jerry Rivera. Stanton bat and helmet, a big one. Play ball kids experience. Change the bases experience. A man cave at Cliff Floyd's house. How about that one? Mark Burley, Randy St. Clair will teach you on the field. The Cleveland Pool Boy experience, and the pick here is the fantasy draft party from C. McLaughlin for $250, guys. We'll give you some details as we go along. Let's get back to you for now.
All right, thank you, Craig. You saw that line drive single. Dominic Brown has opened the second with a base hit. John Mayberry, Kevin Franzen coming up. We are joined now by the Senior Vice President of Marketing for Tommy Bahama. Rob Goldberg is with us, and it's nice to have Tommy Bahama involved once again. Thanks for all of your support for the foundation. Thanks for coming out and watching the ball game with us.
Yeah, what a spectacular setting this is back here in the Cleveland area. This is awesome.
We're having fun so far. And obviously you're all decked out in Tommy Bahama stuff. We kind of live in that stuff.
Yeah.
Mayberry flips that one to right. Stanton is over and there and makes the catch. You guys are obviously huge in Florida. You have a lot of retail locations. Darla Ramsey and her team take very good care of us.
Yeah, well, Florida for us is like ground zero. This is really where we were born. Our first store and restaurant were in Naples, and the whole ethos of the company just embodies what Florida is, and particularly the South Florida area just really embodies what Tommy Bahama is all about.
Well, we thank you for helping us with our wardrobe all the time and helping us look good.
Yeah, well, you guys look smashing today.
My partner is seen in your clothes so often. The other day we were walking from the ballpark to the parking garage, and one of the young fans pointed out and said, "Mom, look, there goes Tommy Bahama." Well, John Mayberry has flied out. Here's Kevin Franzen. The Phillies not only have traded some players, they've got some key guys on the disabled list, Hut. We talked about Carlos Ruiz. Nate Schierholtz was just placed on the disabled list.
Who came over from the Giants in that Hunter Pence deal.
And Charlie Manuel doesn't have Placido Polanco to plug in there at third base. And that's why Franzen is in there.
Yeah, a couple of guys in Franzen and Dominic Brown who just got that base hit to start this inning. A couple of guys who've been playing in AAA Lehigh Valley with the Phillies.
Brown away from first. Now Nathan Eovaldi got out of the first, but it wasn't a nice and tidy inning. And that fastball misses outside. Eovaldi now at 30 pitches, and he's got just one out here in the second.
I'll tell you another thing. It also, and it's the way it is, it looks like it's a smaller strike zone for Alfonso Marquez, the home plate umpire. Got some help there from Franzen.
That one fell off. One of the fun things about Tommy Bahama for me is your headquarters are where I lived for a dozen years before I came to Miami, and that's Seattle, Washington is where you guys are headquartered, of all places.
Of all places. We think that Seattle makes such a great home for us because we dream about places like this, and that helps us design the great stuff that we do. And we think about beaches and palm trees and gentle blowing breezes.
We had a great what was it, last year or the year before, when we were up in Seattle for interleague play, we had a great tour of the facility. It was just tremendous.
Yeah, it's a lot of, but we have a ton of fun up there. Just putting ideas together and then watching it turn into a great product like the stuff we're wearing right now. Like this, the whole Major League Baseball thing for us has been a real kick. We just think baseball and relaxation kind of hand in hand.
We have the All-Star Tommy Bahamas on, the 2-2 pitch. That one fouled out of play. This from the All-Star game last year. You
Yeah,
can see.
we'll turn around here. How about that?
That's a good looking shirt.
Very nice.
If that is.
And you, in the Marlins team store, we have gone in, and you now have Tommy Bahama Marlins merchandise.
Yeah, we do. We've done a lot of great new stuff. We're doing some track jackets and some half-zip sweaters and some of these Tiki Bay shirts and some Friday polo shirts too.
Franzen waits. Breaking ball. Got him. Evaldi strikes him out. And Nathan Evaldi's got a couple of outs here in the second inning.
You can really see, Rich, when he's able to get ahead. Then he's able to expand that zone with the curveball or the slider, how he can pick up some strikeouts. But in order to do that, he has to get ahead.
Our Toyota Foxmo there from center field. So Evaldi now goes up against Eric Kratz. Kratz behind the plate. Brian Schneider, the other catcher that the Phillies have. And Evaldi goes right after him for strike one. The baseball line is expanding from what I understand. I'm talking to my friend Mark Jensen, who works for you up in Seattle. They're getting deeper and deeper and more teams.
It is. We're getting deeper and deeper. There's so much interest. You know, people are passionate about their team. You know, I'm sure you guys see that traveling around the country. You know, there's a certain affinity people have for their baseball team, and you know what we bring is something different to the table that you don't see much in sports apparel. That it's just kind of a different take on Major League Baseball and wearing different gear to the game too. You know, we think for a lot of folks coming to the office and going to the game afterwards. We're a good solution for that, you know, where you don't get razzed for wearing a jersey to the office every day.
See, that's the good thing about our job. This is our office.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to our office.
Exactly.
That's the way I love the way everybody was dressed up at your office when we went to the headquarters in Seattle.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, no, it's laid back for sure. We definitely live a life of relaxation.
Well, we thank you for your donation to the foundation. You've donated not only cash but also product. And all of that, making this event a special one. To right, Stanton is after it, dives, and got it! Giancarlo Stanton with a terrific catch in right field. How about that? Rob Goldberg, our guest. See, look at this. You got to see
there.
that.
Right in front.
Now that's a nice lifestyle right there.
Presentado en SAP por Coventry Healthcare of Florida.
Giancarlo Stanton's diving catch keeps it a scoreless game. Let's check in with Craig Minervini. Craig?
All right, Rich, I want to tell you a couple of the items here on the mini board here. We got the Emilio Bonifacio experience. This is a terrific opportunity to play catch with Emilio Bonifacio right on the field at Marlins Park. Ages 5 to 18 for this package. It starts at the very low bid amount on our mini board. A minimum is $250 with a $50 increase. You see the number there to play catch with Emilio Bonifacio. We also have the Friday night live package with Jerry Rivera. That'll be, again, starting at $250. We don't have a bid on that yet, so call it in. That's a good package, right?
Yeah, I would not mind enjoying that.
And what is your favorite one there, Jordana?
Definitely the kids' experience. I'm about to bid on that one.
Play ball kid experience is a very neat experience too. 4 home plate tickets to a Marlins game this year. 4 home plate box tickets to a game as well. So you get 8 overall, and you drop the rosin bag on the mound and start the game by saying, "Let's play ball." Can you do that?
Let's play ball. I'm ready.
All right, that's for the home crowd to hear, ages 7 to 16 on that one. $250 gets you on the board. Rich?
Austin Kearns, don't go anywhere, Craig. That one popped up into left center field, and a nice running catch there by John Mayberry. Craig, what about the big board? What items are moving? Where are we total-wise?
Let's take a look. I think last time I looked, we were just about 20,000. That was 5 minutes ago. I'll add it up off camera, but the biggest item right now is the bucket list experience at $4,000. There's some great buys up here. Our Fox Suite, Florida Suite experience, Fox Sports here, is at $1,000. That's a catered suite for 22 people for that trip. That's only at $1,000 right now. D. Smith is on the board.
Craig, the boat bash?
Yeah, the boat bash is, where is that?
Right there.
Yeah, there we are.
Put me at 2,000 for that.
All right, 2,000. That's an amazing trip. Rich, we were talking about coming in. You got your Royal Caribbean Cruise Line to yourself for 50 people, 25 adults, 25 kids. Can we change this, Stephanie? We're going to put Rich Waltz's name up for $2,000.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest ships in the world, and you can have your own party there for 3 hours. And it's for 25 kids, 25 adults.
Rich Waltz is on the board.
Nice. All right, Hut, I'm up there.
I like that.
Hamels is
You're thinking of the kids right now.
Oh, it's all about the kids. Tommy breaking ball strike to Greg Dobbs. Now, Dobbs still has a bit of a sore side, a sore oblique, and he was a late addition to the Marlins lineup tonight.
There have been a few of those over the last few weeks. Nick Green, a right-handed bat, was in the original lineup, but he's got a sore thumb. So it turned over to Greg Dobbs, the former Philly. He's actually done a pretty good job in 19 games against his former ball club. Greg Dobbs is a .340 hitter.
0-2 pitch coming from Hamels. And it's in. Let's check in with Allison Williams. A-Dub?
Hey guys, I'm here with Dr. Nikolai Vitti, the Chief Academic Officer for Miami-Dade County Public Schools. The Marlins Foundation, of course, committed to helping the youth through education. What are some of the ways the public schools have benefited from the Marlins Foundation?
Well, in many ways. One, the Marlins Foundation has raised money for our City Year partnership that provides on daily mentors at our lower performing high schools, along with Teach for America, which is an organization that provides us top-notch teachers from Ivy League schools for our lower performing schools, and our Ayudan program that provides mentors and after-school tutoring in some of our core inner-city schools.
And Dr. Vitti, you mentioned some of the lower-performing schools. What sort of improvements have you seen in them recently?
Well, about 3 years ago, we had over 13 F schools, many of which were targeted for closure. Now, if you look at our high schools, we're looking at an average graduation rate of 78%, which rivals the national average and exceeds our state average.
That's amazing stuff. Thank you so much for the time. And guys, remember, the Miami-Dade County Public School, just one of the many organizations that can be helped out tonight with the fantasy auction.
All right.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thanks, Allison. Cole Hamels helping out, working 1, 2, 3. Scoreless ball game. On to the third. Ladies, it's a ladies' night out. It's one of the big board items. A catered suite to a Marlins home game. So you bring all your friends to a home game. You get a question and answer with a Marlins player will come up to the suite. You can talk with them, pose for pictures with them. You get to throw out the first pitch at a Marlins home game. An in-suite interview. When you're in the suite, you'll get an interview on Fox Sports Florida. As well, you can come down and join the Clevelander for a party after that as well. Allison Williams, that's a new item. I know that's something that you've got your eye on.
I love it. I think it's a great idea. I saw a stat the other day that something like 46% of baseball fans are women. So how much fun would that be to get a group of 20 or so ladies come out here to the ballpark? Billy will probably be there to hang out with you. He's always up for a party, and you know it's going to be a good time for all. There's a lot of women here in the Clevelander, so you know the ladies are baseball fans. So if you got a group, come out here, get to throw out the first pitch would be awesome, right? Don't you want to see the ladies come out to the ballpark, Billy? That was a whistle, so that's an absolute yes. So it should be a lot of fun and a really unique experience, a good way to spend a ladies' night out.
Allison, that's the key. The group is what you said, because when you've got an opportunity for 20 people in a suite and it's a ladies' night out, can you imagine 19 of your best friends? Hey, Craig, you've got, speaking of ladies, you've got someone up there?
I have a special guest. Yes, and this is Mrs. United States, Shannon Ford. Good to have you here.
Hi, thank you.
A Miamian who won the title. You actually just crowned the new 2012.
Correct.
We have to emphasize Mrs.
Yes, my husband's standing right over there.
He's Captain America, too.
Exactly.
What was the competition like?
It was amazing. It was a great year. Did a lot of traveling across the country, and you know, a little bittersweet giving it up, but moving on to the next thing.
It was a good run for you. You're going to be helping us out, putting some of the numbers up here from Miami here, and also a Marlins fan. You got a chance to have a great experience here at the game?
I did. I threw out the first pitch back in May, which was a lot of fun.
Was it a strike?
Well, it didn't hit. It didn't bounce. So that was all I was told. Don't let it bounce, and it didn't bounce.
We're going to be checking back with Shannon in just a bit. Update you on the board. I guess our lead one is this one right here. Right?
Miami Bucket List Experience and 5,000 McKinley.
All right, that's the top one right now. They are moving up. We're over the 20,000 mark, guys.
Oh, outstanding! And the big board looks good. There's the number if you want to call and want to bid on one of the items, big or little. 305-480-FISH, which is 305-480-3474. And of course, you can follow along online. Go to marlins.com/fantasy auction. All the packages, all the descriptions are online, and then you can phone in your bid. It looks like all the items are starting to creep up. Back on base is Jimmy Rollins, a base hit with one out here in the third. And Pierre bounces one off of Eovaldi through the vacated shortstop spot. Rollins digging for third. He's in there. And the Phillies are set up with runners at the corners. Juan Pierre doing some damage with a base hit back up the box.
Yeah, by making contact, you know things can happen. Tough play for Eovaldi. The ball caromed off his leg, and then unfortunately went to that vacated hole. Reyes going there to maybe field that ball, and then with the speed of Rollins, he goes to first to third on that ground ball by Pierre.
So here's Utley now. Utley at the plate back in the first inning when Rollins was aboard, and he flied to left. That one pulled fair down the line. Stanton over to get it. That's going to score Rollins. Pierre with great speed. He'll stop at third. And an RBI double for Utley. The Phillies are on the board first here. It's 1-0.
Boy, just like that, after striking out Hamels, the Phillies with 3 consecutive base hits. Boy, see how Utley adjusts that pitch inside. He stands on top of the plate, adjusts to the pitch, and doesn't hook it foul. He keeps that ball fair.
Randy St. Clair is on his way out to the mound. Let's go back up to the big board, check in with Craig Minervini. Craig?
Yeah, we got an update here on the Field of Dreams experience. It's going up to $1,600. By the way, I joined the group here. Oh, no, I got knocked off? I guess I got knocked off. I had to change the bases experience, but Allen knocked me off somehow. You know what? Make that. Can you make change the bases $300 and wipe Allen off? Put Minervini on there. No, not that one. It's not easy up here. 300 on this one. Allen. Rich, are you still on the board? No, but that's a good thing, right?
I'm off the board, huh?
I think so.
Now that's at 2,100.
Yep. Where are we? 20. Yes.
Put me at 2,500.
Waltz 2,500. Shannon, right here. Yep. 2,500 for Rich Waltz.
Ryan Howard at the plate. Nathan Eovaldi throws a fastball. And Howard takes it down low. The Phillies, I guess the challenge for Ruben tomorrow now is to rebuild the ball club around the foundation, the pillars that they have with Utley and Howard and Rollins.
And there's still, Rich, some questions surrounding the Phillies. Will they still come back with the big three, with Hamels, Lee, and Halladay? You know they're going to come back with Hamels. And you wonder if next year they'll have the big three intact.
Well, in 2013, the Phillies have $133 million already committed. That one pulled foul. Hamels is in for $20 million next year. Lee's in for $25 million. Halladay for $20.
Look at Billy helping us out here.
Billy shows up when the food shows up.
As soon as the good folks here at the Clevelander brought us some great food,
yeah,
Billy showed up.
Yep. I think the tuna tartare is coming up next. That one fouled out of play. And it's
Billy not a sushi guy.
Billy's not a sushi guy. Has anyone fallen in the pool yet, Billy?
I think Billy has his floaties on underneath, just in case.
Eovaldi's breaking ball misses outside. And Nathan Eovaldi in some trouble here with the runners at second and third. They count 2-2. Juan Pierre, a single up the middle. That moved Rollins to third. Utley scored Rollins and chased Pierre to third base.
And the pitch count, Rich, over 50 now for Eovaldi.
Two. Breaking ball misses in. The Phillies saw Eovaldi as a Dodger this year. They beat him, scoring 3 runs against him. So this is start number 14 in the big leagues, number 4 as a Marlin. Three-2 fastball is fouled out of play. And the count's 3-2.
And Nathan Eovaldi's won a couple of games, 2-1 as a Marlin, but an ERA over 5.
So he's 3-2 on Howard, and obviously a game in which Cole Hamels is your opponent. You don't want to let it get out of hand early. Howard sends that one out of play. Alvin, Texas, the home of Nathan Eovaldi, and of course Nolan Ryan's hometown.
And a guy who last year started the year in Double-A in the Dodgers organization.
Three-two coming. Howard turns on one and fouls it off.
He pitched well in Double-A for the Dodgers, 6-5, a nice 2.62 ERA. The Dodgers called him up at a 3.63 ERA in about 6 starts.
Isn't this comfortable out here?
This is great.
These are the lounge chairs here at the Clevelander. Nice padded kind of beach type style chairs.
It's relaxing.
We are right up against the fence here in left field, watching Ryan Howard feed baseballs to the crowd.
You notice how I reacted as soon as Howard saw left field. I felt left field right away.
There we are. The party going on behind us. They've been nice enough to bring us food. Drinks have not arrived yet, thankfully, but hopefully soon. That's
See,
right.
we get notes. 11th pitch coming to Ryan Howard right now.
And he walks him. And so the bases are filled with Phillies. Dominic Brown is coming up. And Ozzie Guillen having a hard time watching this. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Marlins may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Miami Marlins.
And Rich, they're playing some great music here at the Cleveland. There's some that you really like.
Oh, I like the hip hop stuff. I like the stuff that grooves. What about you?
Well, my favorite is Young Jeezy.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Foul back to the screen. I would have never thought that of you, Tommy Hunt. You are a Renaissance man. Although I do not see Dan Le Batard's name up on the board yet. Dan Le Batard and Stu Gatz on the flagship station of the Marlins, $7.90 the ticket. He's usually up on that board. To left and not too deep. Kearns comes in, tagging at third, and holding there is Pierre. Kearns with a good throw that's cut, and a big out to get for Eovaldi.
Boy, huge out, because all of a sudden that's the second out of the inning, and the ball wasn't deep enough for a lot of speed in Juan Pierre to score from third. So Kearns right there, and then comes up and fires right to the cutoff man. No place for JP to go.
That's a great view from just above the Clevelander. Yee. 60 pitches already. 2 outs. And now he goes after John Mayberry. Mayberry and Dominic Brown getting a lot of the playing time with the loss of Victorino and Hunter Pence.
I think it's a real important time for Dominic Brown. We've talked about a number of Marlins players that are playing for next year and what they're going to do. And the same thing for Dominic Brown. They've waited for him for a few years, so he's going to get a chance to play a little bit.
Here's the 0-1. John Buck calls timeout, and he wants to go out and talk to his young pitcher. Now, tomorrow night, the roles will be reversed. Tomorrow night, it'll be Rob Brantley going out to talk to Josh Johnson. You got a guy making his major league debut, unless he pinch hits tonight, in Brantley. And JJ tomorrow. That's a shot. We're in the Clevelander. We're not in the pool. That would be dangerous, but fun. But with the headsets and stuff.
Hey, we got a chance. You struck up a conversation with the Phillies starting pitcher tomorrow night, Kyle Kendrick.
Yeah, Kyle Kendrick came over. Juan Pierre came over during batting practice just to check out our spot here. Check out the Clevelander. 0-2 the count.
I think Rob Brantley, the young man who we'll see tomorrow night, as you said, unless he pinch hits tonight, I think he has some family in town, so it'll be a great experience for him, a memorable night.
1-2. Fastball, ground ball. Dobbs bobbles and throws and doesn't get anyone. And the Phillies get their second run.
Boy, that had trouble written all over it. Once Dobbs moved back, ball had a little spin. Hop climbed up on him, and Mayberry, once you bobble it with Mayberry, he runs well. No chance to get him at first.
So it costs Miami a run.
It's
Cholula,
an unearned run.
Cholula hot sauce spotlight player. First round pick of Seattle. They didn't sign him. And then the Texas Rangers. And then Pat Gillick, who was the GM in Seattle when he didn't sign, came back and got him for Philly. Kearns is there and he makes the catch, but the Phillies are on the board first. Speaking of the board, we'll update the big board when we return. Goodyear, more driven. 2-0. Phillies on top. The pilot of the Goodyear blimp, which scares me a bit, is sitting next to me.
I feel safe, though.
Corky Belanger, if you're here, who's up there?
Actually, we got other pilots that fly with us. We have 4 pilots total, so they could give me the opportunity to go to the game.
All right, now Goodyear is one of our returning sponsors, and the Goodyear More Driven package is this: a blimp ride for 4 with Allison Williams or Preston Wilson. You get your choice. That's a tough choice. You get a set of Goodyear's best radial tires. Your feature on the blimp ride will be on Marlins Live, so you'll get on television. You get a Goodyear gift basket and Whole Foods Market Coral Springs, good enough to throw in a gourmet picnic basket. This is not something anyone can walk up to a Goodyear dealer and say, I want to go up in the blimp, is it?
No, it's one of the most coveted rides in South Florida, actually. You can't purchase a ride. So it's going to be a good auction.
What's the route, or does the person who bid on the item, do they get to choose?
We'll let you choose. We can go south down this way, or we can go north up to West Palm. We got Shoreline and Intercoastal. It's probably one of the best scenic views in South Florida.
Here's Evaldi. I have done the Goodyear blimp experience, and it's awesome. You go up, and just like Corky said, Tommy,
look at that shot.
The pilot turns around and says, "Where do you want to go?"
Yep.
And
absolutely.
We actually went up to Palm Beach and turned around and came down the coastline.
What speed does the blimp usually travel at?
We cruise with wind about 30 knots, which is slow, but it gives you a chance to see everything from a good perspective and see marine life, sharks, stingrays, and such. So
that was the unnerving thing to me as we were going down the beach, was seeing the sharks.
How close they are to the shoreline.
How close they are to the shoreline.
Absolutely.
That creeped me out a bit. There's Donovan Solano up. He's single back in the first. Hamels now has a 2-0 lead, and we check in with Craig Minervini. Craig?
Thank you very much. We've got an update here. Shannon's still with us on the blimp experience that you were just talking about. What's our number at?
We've got the Goodyear More Driven Experience, 2600 Evans. We got a lot of bids from Levy down here, so.
That's right. Levy's all over the board. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know what else, too, guys? Just to pan over here where the Fox Sports Florida girls, the mini board's doing terrific. Off to a big start here. Just started in the second inning. The pool boy experience on the bottom there. Jelke bidding $1,000 for that. And we're up to 500 on the Bonifacio experience. And Shannon wanted to make a mention about the Best Buy Davey watch party as well, if she could.
You got a TV, you got PlayStation 3, and an appearance by Frank Ford. I mean, what's better than that?
You've been watching Frank, you said, your whole life.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, born and raised in Miami, gotta love him.
She was a little girl, guys. She's been watching Frank, so he's going to appear. The TV, the PlayStation, you name it.
All right, and now the blimp experience is something we got to get it rolling because Corky's here. There's how you can bid: 305-480-3474. Allison Williams and Preston Wilson, have you guys been up in the blimp yet?
I am very lucky. I have been in the blimp before. It is absolutely amazing. Preston, have you?
I've never, but I've always wanted to go.
Okay, so
I'm a Snoopy fan, so I want to go in. I want to be in the blimp. Yeah.
That's a MetLife, but we won't go there. It's still a blimp. Now, I feel a little insecure because people get to pick Preston or me, and I just don't feel like I've got a chance. But I'm going to chalk it up to the fact that you've never been in one before.
I would pick you to go in the blimp. I mean, personally, she's got a great personality. She knows a lot about baseball, so you can't go wrong. I mean,
here's your check.
I'm just that guy, you know.
Yeah, right. No credentials there. No former Marlin credentials there or anything. I actually talked to some people earlier who are thinking about bidding on the blimp ride, which is pretty cool because it's something you can't buy. You can't go to the store and buy a blimp ride.
You know, that's the beauty of something like this. You get a lot of items, a lot of things that you can't find anywhere. You can't go to a store and get this type of experience. So come here, bid on it, call in, bid on it, and if you pick me, I would love to take a blimp ride with you. If not, can't go wrong with Allison.
Either way, you'll have fun. I promise you that. So pick me.
All right, thanks a lot. The ground ball, Kevin Franzen made a shot at it, Tommy, but Donovan Solano is going to pick up, I believe, a base hit.
I would think because Franzen had to barehand this ball and try to make the play that way, and hit all the way.
So
second hit.
Solano's 2 for 2. And that's going to bring Justin Ruggiano to the plate. What have you seen from Hamels in this ball game through the first 2 and a third innings?
I think the way the first inning went for him.
That one's a comebacker. Gets an out. Utley's return. Not in time. Ruggiano beats it out.
Remember in the first inning, he gave up a couple of hits. He walked the batter. He got a break when Reyes was caught in the rundown. And I think after that he settled in. Plus his ball club gave him some runs too.
Ruggiano, the fielder's choice. Solano is forced out. Corky, we'd like to thank you for being involved in the fantasy auction.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Goodyear has been a great partner to us here for the last, I believe, 5 years you guys have been involved.
Absolutely. And not forget the tires as well, the Goodyear radial tires that come with the package, and those will get you down to Pompano to go for a blimp ride.
And you've got a gift basket as well, a Goodyear
absolutely
gift basket, the Whole Foods picnic basket, so you can make a date of it with,
absolutely.
With 4 people. You can choose Preston or Allison.
I choose both.
Yeah, that's a good answer. And anywhere they want to go in South Florida, right?
Tell us what direction you want us to go.
0-1 strike. Now, you've piloted the blimp. What's the coolest event that you've piloted the blimp for?
Oh, man. Daytona 500 is always a good one. Actually, NASCAR goes with Goodyear tires, so kind of one of our bigger events. Anything with Fox Sports. Florida's good. We do Panthers, we do Heat, we do Marlins. So.
How long have you piloted?
I've been flying blimps for 10 years. I've been with Goodyear for 6 of those years, and it's been a good ride so far.
What was it like when you had your learner's permit?
Actually, I'm a second-generation blimp pilot. My father flew blimps as well. Correct. Yeah.
So you went up as a youngster.
As a young kid.
Oh,
yeah.
great.
So
now, where's flight school for blimps? I've never heard of that.
Actually, there isn't any. Goodyear does majority of their flight training here in South Florida, believe it or not. Not too many people know that. We have a large, we have about 35 plus acres here, so gives us a lot of room to teach people. There's only one set of controls, so you're teaching someone that has control of pretty much your life in their hands.
So you don't have a co-pilot?
No, we don't have a co-pilot. We fly one at a time. So unless we're doing long endurance flights, we'll throw 2 in there.
See, maybe Preston or Allison, whoever doesn't get chosen, can be the co-pilot. Reyes stings that one up the middle for a base hit. Jose Reyes, as we've told you, has hit Cole Hamels quite well in his career. That has continued here tonight. He has a couple of base hits. Miami with 2 runners on. That could not have felt good on that right hand.
No, because he got jammed. We talked about that. That's when it stings, especially as a right-handed hitter. This ball gets inside. It's a great swing by Jose Reyes. His second base hit, but he had to pay the price a little bit because he felt it on that hand. Yeah.
Well, Carlos Lee is up. Ruggiano, the runner, at second. And Reyes, the runner, at first. Kratz is on his way out. Do you fly other aircraft or just blimps?
Just blimps now. He started out in airplanes and then ventured on to airships from there. But went into airplanes knowing I wanted to fly blimps one day. So.
Well, we've enjoyed your shots. The shots of this ballpark and downtown Miami throughout the year have been just spectacular. Runners go, and the throw in time. Ruggiano is thrown out. Corky Belanger, thanks for being part of the auction.
Thank you.
And good luck the rest of the year. Corky Belanger, there's his ship. And he's not in it. One of our Goodyear pilots.
Top of the Marlins. It's the top of the fourth. Cleveland Clinic, fourth inning at Marlins Park. Justin Ruggiano thrown out trying to steal third base. A costly caught stealing, especially with a guy like Carlos Lee at the plate.
You've got to be 200% right that you're going to make that. By getting thrown out, not a good play to end the inning, especially with Carlos Lee at the plate.
So Eric Kratz with Cole Hamels and Jimmy Rollins.
When Kratz hit that ball, Rich, that Stanton made that tremendous play on.
And he golfs this one down the left field line. It's deep and foul. And the count is 0-2. It's been a long night already for Eovaldi, who is 67 pitches into this ball game, and he doesn't have an out here in the fourth. His defense didn't help him in the third. The error by Dobbs allowed an unearned run to score. Here's the 1-2. Went after the breaking ball, flips it out into shallow right center, and Solano makes the catch. AT&T in the fourth inning brings you the trivia every night. And here it is, a live shot from camera 12 at the Clevelander, who holds the Phillies record for a hit streak by a left-hander. Hit streak by a left-hander.
Now, does Jimmy Rollins fall into that? He's a switch hitter?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Got to be straight lefty.
All right.
Nope.
Just checking.
No Pete Rose. Tommy Hutton would qualify, former Philly, left-handed.
I was just happy to play in 5 games in a row.
I got a guy.
Everybody has a guy.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of a guy that I watched growing up.
Got a guy.
Play in college. When I was a kid, I went and saw this guy play in college.
Von Hayes.
Yes. St. Mary's. That's where he played college.
It's a good guess.
That would be my guess, Von Hayes. Here's the 1-1.
I'll give you another guess.
There's a line drive. Hamels with a base hit. All right.
How about Bake McBride?
That's a good one, too. Let's check in with Craig Minervini. Craig?
Hey, Rich, great item on the board here. It's our Best Buy Davey Marlins watch party at $1,800 from Schneider right now. I want to tell you about the package, too. You get a 55-inch television for keeps. LG television, courtesy of Best Buy Davey, and the PlayStation 3 to keep. MLB 12, the show video game, all courtesy of Best Buy Davey. That's where the watch party will be for 20 people. Catering for 20, courtesy of Gourmet Creations. They'll throw in a liquor basket. Frankfurt appearance. He'll do a feature of the watch party. We'll air it on Marlins Live. You guys will do a shout out for them during the watch party, so everybody will know about your big party on a Marlins game. Billy the Marlin will be there. Decoration, great items. It's the Best Buy Davey watch party at $1,800. Pretty good.
Let's take a look at the big board right now as Jimmy Rollins is up there. Those are the prices.
Yeah, here's the big board, and well, the bucket list is up to $6,000. We're up to almost $2,000 on all the items. Field of Dreams experience. The blimp we mentioned earlier is at $2,600. The road trip to New York. Met fans out there, Marlin fans want to go up. You have a special Citi Field appearance. That's up to $3,200. I'll join you for dinner one night. I think it's at the Shake Shack. The reverse road experience. That's a series year. Phillies fans. Phillies, Marlins. 3 games right down here toward the end of September.
I think Craig could probably, if he worked at it, could probably throw in a meet and greet with Mr. Met if that happens.
Hey, Craig, that reverse road trip you were talking about, if you're a Philly fan, that is a great deal because you get to stay at the Clevelander, of all places. Not here, but on South Beach, the iconic resort and hotel, the 2-2. Rollins holds it. Solano gets an out there, and that's it.
Yeah, great point, Rich. We have a lot of fans around the state. Maybe you're up in Orlando, Jacksonville, the Panhandle. You want to come see the Marlins. Maybe you're a Phillies fan over in Clearwater. You'll get down here in Miami. We call it the reverse road trip. It's kind of like the double Clevelander because you get tickets at the Clevelander for one of the 3 games, and you get a 3-night stay at the Clevelander. You also get tickets for the other games, too, on both Friday and Sunday, including an owner's suite, 2 tickets for the Sunday game, meet and greet with your favorite player, behind-the-scene tours. You'll be on the field for batting practice. Again, all these items you just can't get anywhere. Miami Marlin goodie bag, an Utley autograph ball, and that is the reverse road trip right now at $2,100.
That's going to be trouble because Rollins can really run. Into the corner goes Stanton. Rollins around third on his way home. And Juan Pierre continues to swing the bat well. Pierre with 2 hits in this ball game. He's been in the middle of both rallies. And he stretches the lead to 3-0 with an RBI triple.
Yeah, we told you his first at bat in over 40 games against his former club. He's hit over 300, so he's moving that around 320 with his second hit tonight. Jimmy Rollins able to score once that ball got into the right field corner.
And now Chase Utley, who's had some good swings against Eovaldi. An RBI double. He's flied out. 2 outs. Top of the 4th. We know that in our viewing area we have Philly fans that do watch the telecast. And so that weekend is when the Phillies are back in town. So the Phillies will be here for that weekend of the reverse road trip. And it's a weekend, and as you noted, Tommy, wherever you are in the state, if you're in the state of Florida and you want to come in for the weekend, that's a great package. You get to sit at some of the coolest spots at Marlins Park. I mean, the seats that you'll have in the reverse road trip, one of the games, you're in the Diamond Club. The Diamond Club is all you can eat, all you can drink. On Saturday, you'll be in the Clevelander, and then Owner's Suite on Sunday. So we're not going to stick you in just any old seats for that reverse road trip. And again, all of the items on Marlins.com/fantasy auction. Marlins.com/fantasy auction. 2-1 to Chase Utley. Ryan Howard's on deck. Nathan Eovaldi, second start against the Phillies this year, and his changeup misses outside. You can see, Tommy, that the stuff that Eovaldi has is good, not yet refined in terms of location.
Yeah, he's yet to get to that point where he can refine the changeup and the curveball and the slider. And you think about that, he doesn't really need all 3 of those.
Sharply hit. Carlos Lee gets to the bag just in time to get the out. Phillies, though, get another run. We'll update everything when we return. Fox Sports Florida. Nissan for the biggest savings under the sun at Nissan's Summer Saving Days. Visit ChooseNissan.com. By the Florida Department of Transportation. Drive sober or get pulled over. And by Coventry Healthcare of Florida, lighting the way to better health. Team store here at Marlins Park. Clevelander at Marlins Park. Filled up for the Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction. Brought to you by the Clevelander and Tommy Bahama. Things right now going the Phillies' way. Cole Hamels has been outstanding, and he's had some help along the way. And his first pitch to Carlos Lee is a strike. Got some help from his catcher, Eric Kratz, who threw out Justin Ruggiano to end the third. Lee, Giancarlo Stanton, and Austin Kearns. And Lee taps one back out to Hamels, who spins and gets him. At first, we check in up at the big board with Craig Minervini. Craig?
Yeah, okay. We were just looking at the bucket list experience. I want to tell you a little more about it. We do have a $6,000 bid, and I'll tell you what, if you don't think this is a steal, take a look at this. 4 club seats for a Dolphins game. The field passes for the pregame parking pass. Pats Dolphins, Sunday, December 2nd. 4 floor seats. Heat. You got Panther tickets on the ice for a home game for the upcoming season. You got 4 Diamond Club tickets for a Marlins regular season home game this year, and sedan transportation to and from, courtesy of Aventura Limo. We're not done yet. 4 tickets to the Toby Keith concert at the Cruzan Amphitheater, September 15th this year, and a hotel stay for 4 at the Clevelander for South Beach. Now, you want to throw an actual value of that, it's got to be over $10,000 easy. I mean, those floor seats alone, I'm thinking, I may be wrong, they might be $1,000, $2,000 each, and you got 4 seats right there. So it's the bucket list. It'll cover every big game and the great seats, and it's at $6,000 right now.
All right, thank you, Craig. Miami right now having their struggles against Cole Hamels. Carlos Lee, a harmless comebacker. Stanton whiffing on changeups. And here comes the trivia answer. Let's see how close we came. I went with Vaughn Hayes. You went
I went Bake McBride.
All right. That is what's known as a tease in the business.
Oh, there he is.
It's Utley. It's 35 games.
Chase Utley.
Our bad. Kern's up right now.
Sometimes, Rich, for us, the obvious isn't really good. We struggle with the obvious.
That's called trying to do too much. You got to let the game come to you.
Let the AT&T trivia come to us.
Yeah, I mean,
and then take the questions one at a time.
See, a question like that, if you asked Vin Scully that question, he would say that was blinking fertilizer.
Yeah,
which is
I've heard Vin Scully, the Hall of Famer, use that term.
Kearns fouls it back. Counts 1 and 2. Hamels looking for win number 13. It's amazing that with the rotation that the Phillies still have intact, minus Joe Blanton, of course, now that Halladay is back, that they find themselves at 10 games under.
Right. You have a guy in Hamels who's certainly been a mark of consistency. 6 consecutive years. He's not to the Mark Burley level yet, but 6 consecutive years of 10 or more wins and a painted fastball there to Austin Kearns.
And 4 consecutive innings without a run. That's a 10-pitch inning from Mr. Hamels. spotlight. Ryan Howard against the Marlins has had a great season in 113 career games, 34 home runs. The Phillies certainly rely on Howard to give them an edge. You can keep your edge with Just for Men mustache and beard. The Subway fifth, 3-0 Phillies on top. Let's check in with Allison Williams. A-Dub.
Rebecca Fishman-Lipsy from Teach for America. She's the executive director, one of the many organizations that the Marlins help out. Rebecca, tell me a little bit about how the Marlins have helped Teach for America.
Absolutely. The Marlins have been supporting us for, it must be 5 years at this point. They've been one of our oldest and strongest supporters here. They come out to our schools. They do pep rallies for our students. They've given out iPads. They have, actually David Sampson, the president, came out and he did a free throw contest with our students. They've been drumming up enthusiasm for our kids to make sure that they know that the whole community believes in them and their ability to achieve.
What has that kind of support from an organization with such a profile like the Marlins? What has that support meant to your organization?
Well, I mean, the point of our organization is to make a statement that children living in poverty can get the best education, and to have the Marlins come out with a loud statement that they believe in our students, that they support our students, there's nothing greater than that.
So when people bid on these fabulous fantasy auction items, which I strongly encourage you to do because there are some once-in-a-lifetime experiences available, what kind of programs are they going to be helping? What are the kids' lives that they're going to be impacting like?
So what we do is recruit outstanding teachers to come teach in failing schools across the country. And here in Miami, we hope to bring 300 teachers to some of the lowest performing schools to make sure that our students get the best education possible.
All about education.
All about education.
That's where it all starts. Rebecca, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks. Ryan Howard flies out to left. That's the first out of the fifth inning. Nathan Eovaldi has lasted into the fifth. He's given up 3 runs. The Phillies in this ball game have 6 hits. And here now is Dominic Brown. You've got John Mayberry Jr. to follow.
And you have Eovaldi, Rich, closing in on 90 pitches. So with that, Carlos Zambrano is warming up in the Marlins bullpen.
And Eovaldi misses down low. There is Zambrano. We have a unique look from our perspective down to the Marlins pen. We can see Zambrano through the darkened glass. On 1 pitch, back up the box. Eovaldi got a glove on it. He's had a couple balls, Tommy, right back at him that he's had trouble with.
Yeah, he has. And that's another area certainly that as a 22-year-old he's going to have to work on.
Tico standings. We told you the Phillies, with their walk-off win yesterday, have moved out of the basement. Miami's 19 out. Brought to you by Tico, the People's Gas. Atlanta's 4.5 back behind the Washington Nationals.
Interesting series out west tonight. The Nationals taking on the Giants. 3-game series. Gio Gonzalez going tonight for Washington.
Dominic Brown, who singled back in the second. And Eovaldi with a fastball. Misses up and misses in. We want to thank all the fans who purchased pledge packs. Our pledge packs sold out in about 5 days. And we were able to raise $30,000 through the pledge packs. That one smoked to left and into the corner. Kearns after it. Around second is Dominic Brown, headed for third, and he arrives there. Another extra base hit. John Mayberry bangs this one out. So the Pierre triple drove in a run in the 4th. Mayberry's double here. Here's a look at the swing.
Well, a couple of good swings by Brown, and then middle plate fastball, belt high. John Mayberry with a good rip. He's a guy who's been pretty valuable for the Phillies. He's played first, he's played center, he's played some left field. Can play all 3 outfield spots.
Well, Eovaldi's at the spot in the lineup now where he's got Kevin Franzen and then Eric Kratz. But all Franzen needs to do is make some good contact. Infield's in. And a strike. Franzen didn't like the call. Franzen, a long time San Francisco Giant farmhand. Got to the big leagues a little bit with the Giants. Takes a breaking ball. Dobbs has it. Fires to the plate. It's low. And the tag is in time. Got him. John Buck, an acrobatic play. And the slide by Brown came up short. He was reaching for the plate when Buck got to him.
What a nice play by John Buck at the plate. Going on contact. Dobbs with the throw. It's a one-hopper. But Buck's able to get it and then come back with the dive to get the runner, Dominic Brown. He tries to go to the outside, but Buck catches up to him. It's a good play because he didn't get a perfect throw. Look how he cups the ball in his catcher's mitt and kept a hold of it while he put the tag on Brown.
And so here now is Kratz. Mayberry did not move up on the play. He's still at second base.
Which is amazing in itself.
Yes, it is.
Because if you're the runner at second, you know the runner at third is going on contact, and you should know that. Even if you don't, you're watching him.
Kratz has flied out, popped out. The fly ball out was the great catch by Stanton. Almost on the warning track back in the second inning. It's been all Phillies here tonight. Miami's in somewhat of a Capuano hangover right now. After almost getting no hit yesterday.
Yeah, Capuano hangover, and they're getting sapped by Hamels tonight.
A strike from Eovaldi.
We mentioned they'll see Kyle Kendrick, a right-hander, tomorrow night. In the afternoon game Wednesday, they'll see Roy Halladay.
The Dodgers, who are here, are now in Pittsburgh and up 4-2 right now in the bottom of the fifth. Braves at home trailing the Padres 2-0. Eovaldi misses. The Nationals are out on the coast. They open a series against the San Francisco Giants. What a matchup that is. Gio Gonzalez against Ryan Vogelsong.
Rich, the big hitter for the Dodgers so far tonight in that game in Pittsburgh. A couple of hits, one of them a home run, 3 RBIs. Shane Victorino.
Three and one to Kratz. Full count. Franzen at first, Mayberry at second. Phillies have had a runner thrown out at the plate in this inning. And that one fouled out of play.
What, 100 pitches now for Nathan Eovaldi, and he has not gotten through the fifth inning. Way too many.
Many times for a young pitcher, it's 5 or 6 innings, regardless of pitch count, coming up in the minor leagues. And Eovaldi, as we've noted, has had trouble getting past that 5 inning and getting into the 6th or even the 7th. The 3-2. Count still full. We'll update the big board with Craig Minervini when we get a chance.
You'd probably get thrown out of baseball as an executive if you had a rule for your young pitchers in the low minor leagues telling them, okay, you're going 6 innings regardless. It might make them throw more strikes, but then they might throw 150 pitches in 5 innings.
Breaking ball is high. Bags are loaded. Let's check in with Craig Minervini. Craig?
Well, our Marlin road trip here was only at, 3,300 until Fran Jansen came around.
Jackson.
Yes, Fran.
Jackson. Yeah, and
we really want to go to New York. Our daughter goes to school there, and we want to go on a trip and stay at the Marlins Hotel and do all those fun things. And
she said, bump it up to 5,000.
Bump it up to 5,000, and if Bruce Friedman wants to outbid me, bring it on.
You're going to take him on, though.
I'm taking him on.
Not only that, she also bid. Show this one here. She's been on the Florida Fox Sports Suite experience. You put 25 on the board there.
That's right. So bring it on. Bring it on.
So the point is, if you want the road trip, get ready. You're going to have to take on Fred.
That's right. Okay.
Back to you guys.
Hey, Craig.
Yes.
Why don't you give us an update on the totals on the big board right now? What's going and what's?
Why don't you zoom in here? We got 1,800 on the. That's an incredible buy. The Best Buy watch party. 2,100 on the road trip. Yell at me when the pitch is coming. I can't see the field from here. 5,000 on the road trip. 2,600 on the Goodyear Blimp experience. Some great buys here. 1,800 Field of Dreams. 2,600 on the Boat Bash.
I think the golf could go up a little bit.
Yes, we'll talk about more as the game goes on.
Tommy's taking that personally right now. I mean, Sam Snead, my God. 3-0 Phillies. Subway, 5th inning. 3-0 Phillies on top of the Marlins. Joining us now, General Manager of the Clevelander, Mike Palma, is here. And we are, first of all, thank you for being involved in this the foundation event. The Clevelander's been generous not only with the location, with the food, the beverage, but also the sponsorship. All of that is greatly appreciated.
You know, we appreciated this partnership with the Marlins and the foundation. It's been nothing but good for us, and we're just happy to be part of it.
Now, did you order this? That's right.
Yeah, I figured you guys need to get an experience here, so we thought we'd enjoy a
thank you.
frozen.
It's getting a little thirsty.
There we go.
Nice.
Appreciate it. Did you throw out the first pitch tonight?
Yeah, I did actually.
How'd you do?
I believe it or not, I hit the mitt. I didn't hit the dirt.
Here we go.
Dad's going to be proud.
That's
there you
pretty
go.
good follow through. Look at that, pretty good follow through. Leg kick.
Nice.
And there it was.
Very nice. This is such a unique venue. There are ballparks across the country that have restaurants, but nothing like this. You talk to visiting players who come in here, visiting fans. We heard it from Marlin fans when the park first opened. They come down here and they experience the Clevelander. Who came up with the concept, and how did you guys make it happen?
Well, you know, it was, you know, I agree. I see a lot of the players looking in, and it feels really nice. But the concept was built because the Marlins knew they needed something to really drive a unique experience. And I think that the Clevelander came in, and we were able to deliver what they wanted, which was a South Beach look and feel inside the ballpark. And I think we've achieved that. It's been a remarkable consumer experience. And we couldn't say enough good things about it. And I'm glad to hear the consumers and even the players are enjoying what they have to see because it's unique.
I was during batting practice, the folks that showed up early for the fantasy auction dinner here were being showered with baseballs because batting practice, this is a great spot for batting practice because any home run to left field kind of trickles down into your establishment.
Yeah, it actually forced us. When we first opened, we thought that was going to be a novelty. But it actually became kind of dangerous. I mean, so we had to go out and buy the awnings, which was a good investment. But it's for a fan to come here, watch pregame, enjoy the home runs, and then enjoy all the entertainment that we provide. It's like I said, unique experience for the consumer. and we're just looking what else can we do with this. We like what we feel. We like what we see.
You know, those are the awnings that you guys bought. Those slide down during batting practice, but the balls still, they trickle off the awnings down into the restaurant.
Yes, they do. And those things then after pregame are then put back up, and that's when we start the club experience.
Greg Dobbs. Now, has your experience, has the game experience evolved as you guys have done this from the first? Juan Pierre just giving us a little wave out there in left field.
Yeah, he's talking. He was giving the Clevelander a wave. See that? He saw that.
Yeah, Juan Pierre. He's checking things out.
Yeah, I think the experience has evolved, yes, and it's definitely taken we've got a lot more tickets being sold, a lot more food and beverage being sold, and people are starting to really get into the whole process of going to Clevelander and going to the ballpark and experiencing the Marlins this way. So we're very excited. We actually are so excited that we're getting ready to start a football season and open up when the stadium's actually empty. So
there's a liner to left.
Look at that.
Pierre comes over. He'll give way, and Mayberry makes the catch.
Yeah, so our goal is to get fans to actually come from the outside communities and actually come here on a non-game day and experience the pool and the football season on Sunday. So we're hoping that could be a new venture.
So Saturdays, college football?
We'll stick it with Sundays for now to start with and see how it takes off. But definitely it's something we want to see how it's going to work. There's a novelty about being in here, you guys, even when there's no game on, that feels really unique. So we're hoping to capitalize on that for Sundays.
And the iconic South Beach location continues to thrive.
Oh yeah, that's been our jewel in the Nile, and that thing continues to do well. And we're blessed every day with more consumers and people that want to come experience the food, beverage, entertainment that we have to offer in the hotel rooms. It's been a great opportunity for us.
Well, the food's been fantastic tonight. The beverages are very tasty as well, and it's so far so good. This is our first event, obviously, in the new ballpark. Scott Cousins trying to bunt for a hit, pops it up, and he is out. All right, Mike Palma, thank you once again.
Thank you for having us, and thanks for having us there.
Thanks for the refreshments.
It's been great.
Thank you.
That Goodyear has learned making tires that go the distance inspires what they've rolled into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Live shot. The body painting has begun here. That's camera 12 working hard in our Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction. 3-0 Phillies on top. Let's check in with Allison Williams. A-Dub?
All right, Rich, I have some potential bidders here. This is Paul, and he has his eye on the ultimate boat bash experience, and why not? It sounds absolutely amazing. A party for your kids, 25 of your friends. What has you interested in the boat bash experience?
Well, as I was saying, both of my kids are both born on June 13th, so they're 2 years apart, and this would be a great time to have a birthday party for the both of them.
How much fun would that be, not only for the kids, but for you and your friends, too?
That's how I was thinking about it, you know? It's not just for them anymore. It's a party for everybody.
And this is your son, Jackson. Jackson, what do you think about maybe having your birthday next year on a Royal Caribbean cruise? One day, you and all your friends, that's it, the whole boat. What do you think about that?
I love going on water slides with all my friends, and can't wait.
All right, so you got to work your dad here and tell him, please, 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 get him to bid on the package, okay?
Okay.
It's what he wants. It's his birthday wish, and what better way?
You hear that? That's awesome, buddy. I hear you.
Sorry.
We are going to make a bid on that, for
Awesome.
sure.
They're making a bid. We got a winner, guys.
All right, Craig, what's up on that big board up there?
Well, that one she was talking about is at $2,600, which is amazing. The Field of Dreams experience is at $1,800 now, guys. And that road trip with the Marlins, we talked to Fran earlier, still at $5,000.
Hey, Craig, put me at $3,000 for the boat bash. I like that one.
Okay, I know you do, because that's all you were talking about coming in today. Rich and I were talking about. All right, Steph, we're going to switch this one to $3,000. Ultimate boat bash, Rich Waltz. We're going to switch that up. 305-480-3474 for the number. 305-480-FISH.
That's a look at the big board right now. $6,000 for the bucket list is the top bid. The road trip with the Marlins is up at $5,000. That'll be $3,000. Craig, how about the little board? What's over on the little board?
Well, let's check in with the Fox Sports girls. What's happening over here, guys?
A lot of movement happening on the board within the past few minutes. Really exciting stuff going on.
Jordana, what's been moving? The Stanton bat and helmet?
Oh yeah, I think the pool boy is a great one. That's for $1,000. Oh yeah, and the change bases. I'm sorry for that one.
No, I bid on that earlier. That's a great. You change the bases and you get to keep the bases. No, infielders will autograph all the bases for you, and you get to change it during the ball game, which they do. Stanton bat and helmet up to $800.
Oh yeah, I'd like that one. But keep it going, guys.
The girls wanted to know if they could bid on behalf of Fox Sports Florida, and have the pleasure of doing this, but charge it to the company. Well, I said I don't know about that.
Call Steve Tello. He came.
Steve, yeah.
He came in yesterday and was happy and checked with Steve. He's got the plastic.
All right. Hey, Jordana mentioned this too also.
Someone can bid something for us. We would love that.
They'll also bid it. They're kind enough to say you can bid it out there, and they can reap the benefits. Aren't they nice? Very nice of you, guys.
All right, thank you, Craig. Donovan Solano fielding that ground ball from Juan Pierre. All right, things have changed on the mound, obviously. Carlos Zambrano taking over for Nathan Eovaldi. Eovaldi going 5 innings, and Zambrano, who's been pretty solid out of the bullpen for Miami.
Well, I tell you, it's been a catch-22. He's been good out of the bullpen. He still wants to get back in the rotation. You have to feel if young Nathan Eovaldi continues to struggle and throw so many pitches in 4 or 5 innings that you may see that happen. But on the other hand, you'd like to see the development of Nate Eovaldi as well.
Utley pulls one foul. Utley tonight has an RBI double in 3 trips. It's been the top of the order that's been in trouble for Eovaldi. 2 runs in the 3rd. Rollins a single, Pierre a single, Utley the double, the error by Dobbs, and then Pierre with the RBI triple in the 4th. And Zambrano misses away. And it's 2-1. Good to see Utley back. A guy that certainly has been a big part of the Phillies' run of 5 consecutive East titles. Utley 5 All-Star games, and of course injured at the end of last year and injured at the start of this year.
And how many big hits over the years has he gotten against the Marlins? He's hit 24 career home runs against the Marlins.
Three-one pitch hammered left field coming our way. Kearns is back and he makes the catch. Zambrano a 1-2-3 inning. It's 3-0 Phillies. Fantasy Auction, presented by the Clevelander and Tommy Bahama. We're joined now by Adam Goldstein, who is the president, CEO of Royal Caribbean, and Tommy, a former Philly. He's a Philly fan.
I know, we talked about that before. Yeah.
Not just a Philly fan, but a Tommy Hutton fan when I was growing up.
How about that? But you're welcome on the show because we welcome Philly fans here, Marlin fans as well. And Royal Caribbean was kind enough to give us the terrific boat bash experience. And right now, that's one of the items that's up on the big board. Tell us about the ship and tell us about the experience. If I'm out there and I want to bid, and I want that party for 25 adults, 25 kids, what am I going to get?
Okay, well, you're going to have a day on board the greatest and most exciting and largest cruise ships ever built in the world. And it's a choice of either Oasis of the Seas or Allure of the Seas. They're in Fort Lauderdale either every Saturday or every Sunday. They have an amazing array of features, as hopefully you can see on the screen. There's a central park. There's a boardwalk. There's 5 pool areas. There's rock climbing wall, surfing machines, ice skating rink, and it goes on. And Johnny Rockets for the kids to eat at. There's a carousel for the little kids, hand carved out of New Hampshire, and a solarium area for adults. It's just a remarkable product.
So do they get a pretty much a free reign of a good part of the ship?
Yes, during the course of the day, the ship's in Fort Lauderdale, and the children and the adults have pretty much free reign of the ship. A couple things aren't open, which would be the casino and the shops, because we're not allowed to open them when we're in port. But the features that we can open will be open for their pleasure.
Justin Ruggiano at the plate right now with a count 0-2. Cole Hamels has been dealing tonight, and Miami has not dealt with him very well at all. Ruggiano is 0-2. Reyes is on deck, and Ruggiano steps out. So a Phillies fan from birth?
From birth, yeah.
What area? What area in Philadelphia?
Mostly in the Upper Main Line out near Valley Forge Park. Went to Conestoga High School, class of '77.
How did you get involved in Royal Caribbean and the cruise line industry?
Well, the very short story is that I was a lawyer and I wanted to be the client. And that led me somehow to Royal Caribbean. Been there 24 years now. It's been a great ride. We make people happy, millions of them a year, and we love it.
Counts 2-2. Hamels, of course, made you very happy in 2008 when he was the MVP of the NLCS and the World Series. Ruggiano drives that ball into right center field, and it's caught there by Dominic Brown. Let's check in on that with Craig on the big board and see where we are. I was on that.
Yes, and unfortunately you're off that now, but that's good. That's good news. The ultimate boat bash experience that you're talking about is up to $3,500 from Rodan.
Okay.
But again, that's 50 people, 25 adults, 25 kids. So that is some kind of bargain. And those ships are 2 of the best in the world, no question about it.
Hey, Craig, maybe we should explain to everybody the ground rules here, too, because the big board closes 15 minutes after the final out. The little board closes with the final out. So if you're on a little board item and you're getting close to the 9th inning, you want to get your best bid in there. And obviously there's a lot of jockeying that happens in the last 15 minutes of the postgame. There's some of that goes on, too. We'll televise that. It's cable. We can.
So I have one more element to layer into this deal, which you might be interested in to know.
I am. Stick around. You can tell us when we get back, okay? Reyes bounces out, and the Marlins are done. We have an add-on. I think it's our first add-on of the night coming up for that boat bash. done a lot of damage. Cole Hamels has been dynamite, and we're having a good time out at the Clevelander. Our community poll, you can visit the Marlins homepage on foxsportsflorida.com and vote on the Cleveland Clinic Florida community poll question. Adam Goldstein, President and CEO of Royal Caribbean International, is with us. He declined to be body painted for the evening, but your boat bash is the one that I've been bidding on. I was on the board for a while. I just got knocked off, and we, as the show goes along, if you followed this auction before, we'll add things on. You have something to add to the boat bash.
Well, I have a challenge for the people here in the stadium or wherever they may be to step up, because I was just talking to David Sampson in between innings, and I realize we're at $3,500 now, and it's a privilege as Royal Caribbean to auction off an item that people would pay $3,500 for. However, if somebody would step up to $10,000, then David Sampson said he will match that, and we will give 2 birthday bashes, one to him and one to the other person who's willing to step up to $10K. So,
wow, that's outstanding. First of all, thank you, and second of all, there's the phone number, 305-480.
That's well timed.
3474. Folks, it's a party for 50 on one of the biggest ships in the world. It's open bar for the adults. The kids get the run of the place. They get to do everything. It can be a birthday party. It can be a bar mitzvah, a bat mitzvah, an anniversary, or it can just be an excuse to have a party. You know, wrangle up 49 of your friends and bid on it. 305-480-FISH, 3474. And Adam has just announced that if we get a $10,000 bid for that item, David Sampson will match it, and you will provide 2 of those.
Correct. And I know it's hard to understand maybe that kind of ship if you haven't been on it before. One way to describe it is it's a $1.5 billion piece of equipment, and not everybody gets to have a birthday party on such a thing every day.
Well, just do the math. If you've got 50 friends and you want to just get together with friends and their kids and have a party, $10,000 for an afternoon, an incredible, memorable afternoon.
I'm doing the math. It's pretty good.
200 per person? I would say it's worth it.
It is. It is. And there you have, as I was told, with the party, whatever type of party it is, there's also party favors for the kids.
Yes, the kids come away super happy, and I have to confess this. The first one of these that ever happened was for my son, who's now in 12th grade, when he was in 6th grade, because we wanted to try this to see what this could be like. It was a tremendous success, so I can vouch for it from personal experience. The only reason why we couldn't make it like a regular event available in the market is because it takes a lot of time for our staff to deliver it, and we couldn't figure out how to do that week in and week out. But it's not available in the market. You can't have it. It's super special.
Dominic Brown takes outside. Carlos Zambrano walks Brown.
Hey, guys.
Yes.
We have a question. We're getting a lot of calls on, just to clarify the boat bash experience, what the update was and the add-on.
Well, the update is this, Craig. If someone out there were to bid $10,000.
Okay.
For $10,000, David Sampson will reach into his pocket and match that amount. And Adam Goldstein here from Royal Caribbean said that he will give out 2 boat bashes, but that's only if we get a $10,000 bid.
Okay.
And it'll $10,000. We shut it down, and that's $20,000, folks, for South Florida youth. And our initiative this year with the Marlins Foundation, with this event, Tommy and Adam, is Teach America and education for kids. So you're talking about tutors, you're talking about teachers, you're talking about school supplies, you're talking about infrastructure and all of those things. Every dime that we raise here tonight goes to education in South Florida. And as Tommy has said many times, it's all for the kids.
You know, my wife Cheryl, 2 years, I think, was a teaching assistant in a Teach for America classroom here in the inner city. What a wonderful thing that is, and how much stress we need to put on education. I mean, we as a South Florida employer are depending on being able to recruit educated young professionals to do what we do. And so it needs to start as early as possible.
John Mayberry up there right now with 1 out, a runner on, and all of a sudden Zambrano having trouble finding the plate. That one chopped wide of third. Is this your first time in the Clevelander?
Yes, it is. I've been coming here for physical therapy every day. I've probably been here more than you guys have. I'm using the fancy anti-gravity machine over at the U Health office. But this is the first time I've been here for a game, and it's a fantastic place.
There are many who have said they come to the Clevelander for physical therapy.
Mental therapy, physical therapy. Now I heard.
Well, you got the pool, so you have the pool in the background.
Oh, it's a great place. But I like the anti-gravity machine, personally.
Liner into center field and a base hit. Ruggiano picks it up. Stopping is Brown. And the Phillies now with runners first and second. Now here's another package we need to talk about, and it's Tommy Hutton's pride and joy. It's the golf package, the ultimate golf package. It starts with one Pro-Am spot. You get to play in the Allianz Championship. As well, you'll enjoy executive skybox tickets on the 18th green for the Allianz Championship. That, of course, is at the old course at Broken Sound Country Club.
It's a great course.
A foursome with Tommy Hutton. Tommy will come out and play golf with you. As well, this year they
have lunch as well after a round.
They have added on the experience, not only the Allianz experience, but they're going up north to the Arnold Palmer Invitational. The Arnold Palmer Invitational
at Bay Hill.
At Bay Hill Country Club and Lodge in Orlando. You get 4 tickets to the Arnold Palmer Pavilion, and that includes food and beverage.
You get a foursome at Bay Hill.
Yes, you do. You get a spa gift certificate and breakfast buffet for 2 at the Ritz-Carlton, Orlando. And a foursome, as you said, on that Arnold Palmer course. So there's the number to call, 305-480-3474. Craig, where is that golf package? Is Craig around up at the big board?
Yes, we're here. Preston, come on over here. Preston's going to help us. We're going to talk about the League of Their Own after that pitch. All right. Preston, come on over. Oh, you want to talk golf first, guys?
Yeah, what's
the update on the golf experience?
Right
Hold on. We're on here, Preston. The ultimate golf experience is at $2,750 from Puentes. $2,750 on that one. League of Their Own is at $2,000. Preston, take a look at this League of Their Own.
All right, what we got here?
20.
Visit by the Marlins Special Assistants, Hall of Famers Andre Dawson and Tony Perez. Opportunity to throw out the ceremonial first pitch at a Marlins home game next season. In-game suite interview with Fox Sports Florida, which would probably be with Craig.
That alone could be worth a couple of grand.
Post-game bottle service at the Clevelander at Marlins Park.
And he's got 2 add-ons now. This is for the ladies.
Special add-ons for the ladies. Victoria's Secret's Pink Marlins fan pack for 4. 2-night hotel stay for 4 at the Clevelander South Beach. What about that?
That is unbelievable. Catered suite for 20. You get a Q&A with a Marlins player. Preston will come by. Some tips as well.
I will stop by. Absolutely.
All right, guys.
All right, there's the number to call. There's the throw to home. And the Phillies have them loaded again. And Tommy Hutton, it's been a rough night for Marlin pitchers. The Phillies could very easily have 6 or 7 runs in this ball game right now.
Well, not only has it been a rough night for the Marlins pitchers, it's been another rough night for the Marlins offense. Last game yesterday shut down by Chris Capuano, and Cole Hamels doing a lot of the same tonight.
And so Carlos Zambrano with 1 out in the top of the 7th. It's a 3-0 Philly lead. And here's Eric Kratz, and it seems like Kratz has come up in some big spots. He walked back in the 5th. It looked like he would deliver a run in the 2nd, but Giancarlo Stanton made a diving catch in right. Lifts that one in the air, and it's deep enough to score a run. Ruggiano is under it. He makes the catch. Brown tags, and he scores. Scampering over to third base is Mayberry, and Eric Kratz stretches the lead to 4-0. All My Sons Moving and Storage brings you the poll question. Poll question: Rob Brantley promoted. He's here, and he's scheduled to start tomorrow on the Josh Johnson start. Playing time, M1, majority of M2, split time, M3, be brought along slowly. So I think that's pretty even right down the middle there. You got 29 above, 29 below, and 42 in the middle.
And I think we'll kind of see that. I think we'll see him catch 2-3 games a week against some right-handed pitching.
And John Buck will be working with him. You and I talked to Tim Cousins, Marlins minor league catching instructor. He's been working with Brantley the last week.
Adam Goldstein from Royal Caribbean International. There's Cousins. Saw him for a week and now is working with him here. Was working with him as well when he saw him with New Orleans. Fastball is up. Let's check in on the ultimate boat bash before the inning ends and Adam goes along to party in the Clevelander. Craig, where is it?
The
boat bash.
Boat bash? Boat bash is up to 4,000 from Brotsman.
45 for me, Craig.
All right, 4,500. Stephanie?
Very impressive.
There you go. Swing and a miss. Zambrano with the changeup, and the count is 2-2. Now again, as Adam stated, if anyone out there is willing to go to 10,000 for that big boat bash, the party for 50, David Sampson, Marlins president, will match that amount and will pay $10,000 of his own money. 2-2 is pulled foul.
Let me just say while I have a chance, congratulations on what you're doing with this fantasy auction. It's terrific and it's well needed in the community, and I hope everybody steps up until the last second here.
Well, you know what? I always wait till the end and to thank Rich for what he does. This is something that I know he puts a lot of time in. It's been a great, what is this, 7 years now?
This is it, seventh year.
7 years. I know you put a lot of effort, take a lot of time in a schedule that I know isn't the greatest to deal with. And just congrats, Rich. You're just awesome in this.
I have a lot of help. I have the
hey.
folks in the truck. John Solsar, our producer, very creative. Jim Hawley, Ken Lee, they put a lot of time into it. The folks at Fox Sports Florida, John Valek, Ned Tate, Steve Tello, they certainly have supported it. And the folks at the Marlins Foundation are a big help as well. Well, that doesn't bode well for Zambrano, his inability to throw strikes to Cole Hamels. And so now he's got to face Rollins, and the bags are loaded in what looks like it could become a big inning for the Phillies. 305-480-3474 is the number to call. Let's check in with Craig just to get a look up top and see what the big board is doing. I know for those fans at home that are following along, you've got the list on your computer, marlins.com/fantasy auction, but oftentimes they're curious to know what the bidding is and where the numbers are, especially if they're bidding by phone. So, Craig, if you can give us a shot of both the mini board and the big board.
If we can move Preston just to the side here, because he's been looking at all these mini board items. What's making the most noise over here, Ellen?
Making the most noise right now is changing the bases. Keeps moving up really quickly. I know you bid on that a while.
I did bid, and it's a great thing. You come out and you change the bases during the game, and then you get to keep the bases autographed by the players. The man cave at Cliff Floyd's house. That's $500. You can watch the game with Cliff.
Wait a minute.
That's got to be higher than $500.
Absolutely.
That's a fully catered event.
Hey, just to go to Cliff Floyd's house would be worth $500.
And you could watch an NFL Sunday. Cliff wants to do an NFL Sunday for 10 catered in his man cave.
Wow.
And drinks are included, too.
Drinks. Just hanging out. I get a chance to hang out with Cliff on the road games, as you guys know. Just being around him for a few hours is fun. And at the man cave, even better. So right now, George Evans is on the board at $500. But we expect that to go up, don't we?
Yes, especially in the next few minutes. I expect a lot of changes happening.
Okay.
All right.
And the play ball experience at $350 too for the kids.
How about the throw strike experience from Carlos Zambrano and the ground ball out to second. All right, good work, everybody. Adam, thank you very much. And let's hope you get that $10,000 bid. I'd love to see
Adam.
I'd love to see David Sampson have to dig into his pocket for $10,000 of his own money.
Good luck with the event.
All right. At Cliff's house, he's telling me he's got 5 big screens, and on an NFL Sunday, he wants you over. It's a catered party for 10, along with Cliff. I think Preston will come over. All Cliff has to do is pick up the phone and go, Wilson! And he'll come over. And so it's a Cliff Floyd man cave experience. There's the number to call, 305-480-3474. There's Jeff Conine. There's David Sampson. People, make David Sampson spend $10,000 tonight, please. That's all we need for that boat bash. That party for 50 on one of the big Royal Caribbean boats is $10,000, and David Sampson will match that amount.
And the other thing, Rich, at Cliff Floyd's man cave, he's going to have it catered with all kinds of food. You can have mac and cheese all night.
Carlos Lee might be bidding on that. Lee swings and fouls that one off. Well, Cole Hamels has been splendid as you take a look at Mike Dunn in the bullpen. And Hamels, Tommy, is picking up where he left off with his last start. He threw a 5-hit shutout his last time out. He beat the Braves. His start before that, he gave up just 2 earned runs in 7 innings. So the month of August has been a great one for Hamels this year. Rollins throws out Carlos Lee. Let's check in with Allison Williams. Allie?
Hey guys, I'm here with Saif Ishouf, who is the executive director for City Year, one of the organizations that the Marlins help out. For those people that don't know, explain to us what City Year is.
City Year is a national organization that unites 17 to 24-year-olds to do a year of service in America's most challenged schools as tutors, mentors, and role models. And we really believe in the power of diverse young people working together, addressing America's high school dropout crisis. We launched in Miami in 2008. Now we have 185 amazing young people serving in 17 schools here in Miami-Dade County.
Like an urban Peace Corps, you said, giving back locally. How has the Marlins Foundation helped you guys out?
The Marlins Foundation have been amazing partners. They actually sponsor one of our teams, a team which is called the Young Heroes Team, which does service learning projects with middle school students throughout Miami-Dade County. So you'll see a team of 10 core members wearing these awesome red jackets with the Marlins Ayudan Foundation's name, and that's because of the philanthropic support of the Marlins at every level of their organization to make our work possible here in Miami.
People at home that are watching, that are thinking about bidding, tell them why it's important to support this cause.
It's absolutely important. We know education is our future. It's the last civil rights issue in our country, and if we're able to get more young people graduating in school and on track, then that means we can really realize our full potential as a country in the American schoolhouse.
Saif, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Guys.
A-Dub, nicely done. 1-2 to Giancarlo Stanton, and he fouls it back. Now, Tommy and I are sitting out here in left center field in the Clevelander during this fantasy auction, hopeful that someone could hit a ball out here. There have been balls obviously hit out here. Giancarlo Stanton's usually clear this place and end up above us. Breaking ball misses low and inside.
I'd like to see a Marlins shot hit anywhere because we're close to the home run sculpture. So we'd get a first-hand look at the home run sculpture.
Actually, that's where the big board is. Craig is behind.
Yeah, right behind.
That's where he's got both boards. Stanton kind of trickles that one out towards second. Utley's quick throw out. Bang, bang play at first base. Brian Honora with the call. Let's check in with Craig Minervini. Craig?
All right, thank you very much. Stephanie, Field of Dreams hasn't moved in a while, has it?
It is very worth your while. Playing on a major league field, my goodness.
Absolutely. The Field of Dreams experience is at $2,100. Gaz has got the bid. Here it is. Suite for $22 to a home game. You get catered, but that's not it. You get to use the field and play on the field as your favorite major league players do. That's after the season. And you can have the official visiting team locker room to get ready. You have your name shown on Marlins Vision for the game you play. It could be kickball, softball, you want to play hardball, whatever you want to do, flag, football, right on the field. Field of Dreams experience, $2,100, and that's for 22 people. So that's less than $100 a person right now.
Austin Kearns with a single to left field. You know, the other thing that we haven't really talked about, it's the fantasy draft party. For those of you that are into fantasy baseball, this is a great item you can have your draft with 11 friends in the Marlins home clubhouse. And it's a catered affair. You also get a 1-year subscription to Stats. Now, Mike Hill, Marlins general manager, will come in and assist you. You got any questions about players in the big leagues? Mike Hill will assist you. So it's catered.
How great is that?
That's in the clubhouse. And the other thing is you get a 1-year subscription to the statistics service that we use, and that's Stats. We'll give you the secret password. The folks at Stats have been nice enough to donate that. So all the guys in your leagues or gals in your leagues can use the Stats service for a year during that season of fantasy baseball. That one trickles by the first baseman, Ryan Howard. Down the line it goes. Kearns legging for third. And Dobbs holds at first. And Ryan Howard unable to get it with that one. That probably will be an error. Actually, it's going to be called a hit, and that may be a generous one. But it got under the glove of Howard. It is a base hit.
Well, the Marlins pick up their 6th base hit. All 6 hits have been singles off Cole Hamels. I'm still thinking about that draft package. You don't even have to go to Stats Inc. You have a question about a AAA player or a fringe player, you ask Mike Hill.
Mike Hill will be at your draft party, which will be in the Marlins clubhouse, and it will be catered. John Buck. And Buck going after Hamels, fouls it back. 4-0 Phillies. Marlins really haven't sniffed a run since that first inning when they had the bags loaded and Giancarlo Stanton struck out. Now at the corners are Kearns and Dobbs.
And the pitch count getting up a little higher with Hamels approaching 90. So they're making him work a little bit this inning.
Big breaking ball. I'm not sure Buck liked that call. It's 0-2. But Hamels has been on. Yeah, 86 pitches for Hamels. The 0-2. And Buck pops it up. Kratz with Howard there makes the catch, and the Marlins fizzle in the bottom of the 7th. Rough night for the Fish. 4-0 Phils. Phillies on top. Live shot from the Goodyear blimp at downtown Miami. It's our Fox Sports Florida fantasy auction, the reverse road trip. You come into Miami for the series against the Phillies. You get 3 nights at the Clevelander. Friday, you're in the Diamond Club. All you can eat, all you can drink. Saturday, you're out here at the Clevelander. Now, this is a party. Sunday, you're in the owner's suite. You get a meet and greet with your favorite Marlin players, a behind-the-scenes tour for 2 at a Marlins ballpark. And joining us now, the president of the Miami Marlins, David Sampson. David, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here. You guys are raising a lot of money, and I'm ready to spend some money
I know
and
you
win
are.
some stuff.
That's what we heard, yeah.
Now, in case you've just joined us, the Royal Caribbean Boat Bash is a great party for 25 adults, 25 kids, and it's on one of the biggest ships in the world, and it can be yours for $10,000. If we can get $10,000, David Sampson will dig into his pocket, and he will match that bid for $10,000, and Royal Caribbean is nice enough to provide us with 2 boat bashes.
You already have the party planned?
You guys have to come.
Okay.
Are you willing to come?
Yes.
Yeah. Do we get to spend the night on the ship?
No. You get to spend almost the entire day. The kids, now it's 2 separate parties. You got the kids party, and it can be bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, anniversary, birthday, whatever reason you have for a party. Kids get all the goodies you get for a party. Then they get to go down and do all the cool stuff, like the water slides, the flow rider, all the pool stuff. The adults, open bar, all you can eat. Johnny Rockets lunch for everybody. And it's all on one of the biggest ships in the country.
It sounds like a winner. Seeing JP in a Phillies uniform is bizarre, isn't it?
It is, but you know what? He's been great. He's come out and said hello to us a couple of times.
Yeah, he's turned around
here in left
numerous
field.
times, yeah.
Mike Dunn is out of the bullpen, and Juan Pierre is up right now. And a fastball for a strike from Dunn. Pierre, with 2 hits, he's hurt the fish. He has singled and scored. That was in the 3rd, an RBI triple in the 4th.
I just want to say the effort you've made, Rich and Tommy, is really unbelievable. On behalf of the foundation, this Fox Sports Fantasy Auction has become something that's so superb, and we're doing it here at the Clevelander, right here in Marlins Park, and the work that you guys put in, it's just tremendous. So we appreciate it on behalf of the foundation, all the things we do. You know, we had an event today with 250 principals of schools who spend their time teaching our kids, teaching our youth, and the money you raise goes to help those kids, and it's just really great that you do that. So thank you.
You're very welcome. And Juan Pierre has another base hit, and he's going to get to second on a throwing error by Jose Reyes. Infield hit, E6, and Reyes is there. One of the great traditions we have here on the Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction, a guy that you know well, Dan Levitard, who is a friend of the show. He always gives us a list of things we have to work into the telecast. Now, Tommy and I have weaved probably 5 of those in. When we get off camera, I'm going to give you yours, and I'll see how you can work it in, because you've got this half in it. But I don't see Levitard's name up on the board yet.
I've worked in some crazy words during some interviews, so give me the word, I accept the challenge, because I've worked in Oreo, for example.
It might be more of a phrase than a word.
It's
tonight.
hard to work in Oreo. I've worked in Boogie Nights. So there's a lot of things. So we'll see how it goes throughout this inning to see if I can work it in.
We've worked in, my favorite is Young Jeezy. We've worked in Wilson. We've worked in Sam Snead, my God. We've worked in Mac and Cheese all night, and you have the last one, so you figure out a way to make that one work. But I had, you've got the hotline to Levitard. Get his name up on the board on one of those items up there. Fly ball left field. Kern starting back towards the line, towards the track, makes the catch. And holding down at second base is Pierre. Let's check up with Craig up on the big board, see what's going on. Craig?
Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned the add-on we do have on the road trip with the Marlins, which is now at 5,000. It's been there for a while. Remember we interviewed Fran before. The add-on is you're going to get a tour of the fan cave, which we've seen some of the major league players. I know. Actually, you were at the fan cave, Anna Lee, right?
Yes. What an incredible experience. I mean, I've never seen anything like that place.
What do they have there?
They have Millions TV, a bunch of memorabilia, autographs all over the wall, huge parties, fancy lights. I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for sure.
That's part of the road trip with the Marlins, too. It's at 5,000 now. And also, we have an add-on on our Fox Sports Florida Suite experience, guys. You can visit for $4, not only the catered suite, what have you, but right to the FS Florida booth. You'll get a chance to watch the game event, meet Rich and Tommy, and also go to the radio booth. And nothing like having a chat with Glenn Geffner, as we all know, and Hall of Famer Dave Van Horn. So that's on that package, along with the executives. The Hall of Famer is going to visit you, Dawson and Perez, and the catered suite.
Tommy and Rich, I'm willing to pay $6 grand for Craig never to do another interview. What do you think about that?
If you add it to my bid for the Boat Bash, I'm in the lead for the Boat Bash.
David, I'll match it.
If you add it to my Boat Bash, we're at 10,000, and then we're into you for 16,000 at that point. So I'm good with that.
Oh, Craig, I love you, man.
All right, here is Ryan Howard now. The count's 0-2. And Dunn with a good sharp breaking ball strikes him out.
You know, you guys have lights on you. I don't think that the people at home really understand. It is so damn hot here that I am literally sweating.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine.
And milk was a bad choice.
Well, listen, the fact that you're serving milk is a little concerning to me because everyone here at the Clevelander is not drinking milk, but that's what you served us.
But, Rich, what they served us earlier is a good choice.
No, milk is a very bad choice when it's this damn hot, but we're going to keep trying to raise money because that's what you guys do.
That's right.
All right, Le Batard, pay up, pal. Ground ball out towards second. Solano's got it. David Sampson, thank you. And let's hope that you're digging into your pocket for $10,000. We need $10,000 for that Boat Bash, people, and he'll match it with $10,000 of his own.
We are having a party on Royal Caribbean. Thank you, Royal Caribbean. $10,000. Match that bid. We'll have 2 parties.
There you go.
Thanks, David.
Mike Dunn finishes the inning, 4-0 Phillies. Live shot from the Goodyear blimp. Brian Peterson up. Cole Hamels is absolutely dealing tonight. Hamels, a 6-hit shutout going right now. And he's comfortable with 89 pitches. So Hamels has a shot at back-to-back complete games.
You talked about it, Rich, his last outing, a complete game shutout against Atlanta. It was his 11th career complete game and his 5th career shutout.
Brian Peterson is the hitter right now.
And with the makeup of the lineup and the availability on the bench, Ozzy's had to pinch hit 2 left-handed bats. Scott Cousins earlier, and now Brian Peterson.
Solano, Ruggiano, also scheduled here in the 8th. Peterson, a slow tapper up the line. Howard, the slide, and Peterson is out. So that's the first out. Nice play by Ryan Howard. Let's check in with Craig Minervini. Craig?
Rich, the mini board will close at the end of the game. Still 15 minutes on the backside for the big board. So let's go over these items. We'll give you one last chance. We're up to $1,000 on 3 of them. Play catch with Emilio Bonifacio at a Marlins home game. It's at $550 right now. the Friday Night Live package, September 14th versus the Reds, Dugout Club tickets, and you get a chance to meet and greet with Jerry Rivera before the concert, pit passes for the concert, Stanton's autographed bat and helmets up to $1,000 right now. Then we got the play ball experience for home plate box tickets. That's at $500 right now. And change the bases. That's a neat experience. $1,000. You get the bases autographed from your favorite Marlin players. We talked about the Man Cave Watch Party. That's now up to $1,500 from Ruben here. That's at Cliff Lloyd's house. Party for 10 during the NFL season. The Burley St. Clair pitching experience is up to $1,000. Fantasy draft party right here at Marlins Ballpark is at $550. And we got $1,000 on the Clevelander Pool Boy experience.
And the Pool Boy has, I mean, what now? The Clevelander Pool Boy, you get to actually be a pool boy for a day and bring your buddies to watch you parade around in your pool boy robe.
Yeah.
You get 4 Clevelander tickets to the Marlins buddies, and that's you can be just like Steve, the pool boy. There's Steve. Steve not getting as much business as the dancing girls.
But look at the smile. Steve hasn't stopped smiling since he got that job.
That's right. I remember that night well. Now, here are the rules. If you've been following us tonight and you're bidding from home or scoring at home or watching alone, Marlins.com/fantasy. Marlins.com/fantasy auction. That's the site where you can see all the prizes, big board and little board. And that's online. Now, to get to us, there's the phone number, 305-480-3474. 305-480-3474. Have we seen the phone bank? Tommy, the number of people that we have working in the phone bank is amazing.
It's increased greatly over last year, too.
And they're standing by to take your bids. There they are. There's the group in the phone bank. There's a pool boy in there. There's some folks from the Clevelander. Some of the waitresses. Billy's there. That changeup from Hamels has been there all night, and for Ruggiano, it's been a tough one to lay off.
Boy, the last time the Marlins scored a run was in the 8th inning of the middle game of that Dodgers series. Shutout in the ball game yesterday.
2-2 pitch. Ruggiano pulls it towards short. Rollins fires it to first in time, and Hamels has a real shot here at back-to-back shutouts. It's 4-0. Hamels in this one.
Yeah, it was kind of the usual suspects as far as the offense. How about Jimmy Rollins with a base hit? Juan Pierre scoots one by, moves Rollins over to third base. There's that guy, Chase Utley. He bangs one down the right field line, driving in the Phillies' first run. John Mayberry hits a ground ball, tricky hop for Greg Dobbs to handle. He's charged with an error. The Phillies get another run. They have 4 runs in the game, and then the rest, as you said, Rich, has been turned over to Cole Hamels.
Yeah, and a 6-hit shutout for Hamels. He's looking at back-to-back shutouts if he could come out and finish the 9th. Let's check in with Allison Williams. Hey, Dub.
Hey, guys. guys, I am here with Kevin and Jocelyn. They are down from Panama City because last year they were big winners in the fantasy auction. What did you guys win last year?
We got a trip to the Dominican Republic as the main part, and also the Tommy Bahama Shirt of the Month Club.
And hence you guys are back for more because we treat our winners well, right?
Yes, Selena called and extended an invitation for us to come down to the Clevelander and actually take part in the auction live. So,
how much fun was the Dominican trip last year?
Amazing. I actually was so relaxed I went parasailing, and I'm afraid of heights and water.
Wow, well, you did good then, I'd say. What are you guys looking at this year, bid-wise?
We're looking at the golf package, also the blimp ride with yourself, and the reverse road trip back down here in Miami.
Okay, and I heard you got a bid on that, so you're going to head back up?
We did. We're going to have to get back upstairs and bump the bid up again.
And you said with the blimp ride, I get to go, not Preston, right?
I'm sorry, say again?
If you get the blimp ride, I get to go, not Preston, right?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so
oh, yeah.
Go bid on that one again. All right, cool. Thank you, guys. Happy bidding. Good luck, and I hope you guys win again so we can see you back next year.
Thanks, Allison.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, Allison.
Allison negotiating already.
Ryan Webb is in the ball game. Webb works to John Mayberry Jr. He leads off the ninth, and Webb misses down low. You got Mayberry, Franzen, and Kratz for the Phillies. Webb takes over. The Marlins got 5 innings out of Nathan Eovaldi, 2 innings out of Carlos Zambrano. Zambrano gave up a run. Eovaldi giving up 3 runs, 2 of them earned. It's a breaking ball for a strike. Let's check in upstairs with Craig Minervini. Craig?
Brett, you're getting a little movement here. We're up to 6,000 on the road trip with the Marlins, but we also wanted to talk about the reverse road trip, which is only 3,500 now. This is the trip where you, right here in Miami, you get a 3-night stay at the Clevelander. You'll get tickets to all the games in special seats for the Phillies Marlins series at the end of the season here. That's 2 Diamond Club tickets for the Friday game, 2 Clevelander tickets in the Clevelander where you guys are now for the Saturday game, and then 2 tickets in the owner's suite for the Sunday game. Meet and greet with your favorite player, behind the scenes tour. You'll also get a couple of passes to watch batting practice, and right now it's at $3,500. Also Marlins goodie bag will throw in, and the number is 305-480-FISH, 305-480-3474. The bucket list is up to $6,700, and the boat bash up to $4,500. Rich, your bid is still on the board.
Hey, that's outstanding. If I get that for $4,500, I'm a happy guy.
Oh, you know what? I want to tell you that Dave Van Horn calling the game somehow. Take a look at that. The Hall of Famer himself is on the board for the bucket list experience.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
DVH. That's outstanding. Strike 3 called. Webb strikes out John Mayberry. Starting pitchers for tomorrow night. Just to get you ready for game 2 of the series. Here they come. How about this matchup? You got Kyle Kendrick and Josh Johnson. That's tomorrow. Chevron starters. The big story for the Marlins tomorrow night, Tommy, won't be the starter on the mound. It'll be the starter behind the plate.
It'll be the young catcher Rob Brantley who will be handling Josh Johnson.
Here is Franzen now. So Dave Van Horn has been following the auction. There he is. He's probably getting
so kind of in between innings when Glenn Geffner's on. Dave putting in a few bids.
That's the bucket list is outstanding. The boat bash we've talked about already. The party for 50 with a full day on one of those Royal Caribbean ships. Little chopper to third, and that's trouble, especially for Greg Dobbs, who's got the sore oblique. It's going to be a base hit. Now, our postgame show is going to be a lot of fun because, as rules state for the fantasy auction, the big board closes 15 minutes after the final out. So we will have Marlins Live from the Clevelander. And it's brought to you by Checkers, Jeff Conine, Allison Williams. The little board, if you have your eye on the mini board right now, and you have a bid up there on the mini board, you better get your best bid out there, because final out, they close the mini board. Franzen now. And he takes out. Eric Kratz, the hitter. Sorry about that. That's the first one I fumbled.
It's a little different angle that we have from out here.
Well, I've got a lot of balls in the air right now.
You're doing a great job juggling.
The 1-0. And Kratz, a roller into the hole at short. Reyes' throw is low, but in time, dug out by Solano. Terrific play by Donovan Solano. And there's 2 outs.
Boy, this is a nice play. It's the only play Reyes has to second. And a good stretch and pick by Donovan Solano. So with 2 out, as Jose Reyes lets us know, we'll get the answer. And there's the answer. Cole Hamels is going to go back out there for the 9th inning.
And why not? I mean, Hamels, as dominant as he's been, is right at 100 pitches. Oh, 1 is foul back. Toyota trend for tonight. Miami's won 5 straight against the Phillies in this building. They swept the 3-game series at the end of June.
The Marlins have played the Phillies well. 6-3 in the first 9 games this year.
Not the case last year. The Phillies dominated Miami.
And remember, it was kind of strange the way the season series started this year. The Marlins played 2 series in Philadelphia before the Phillies actually came here.
One and 2 to Hamels. Breaking ball, strike 3 call. Now Hamels will toss the bat in the helmet and come out and try to finish the shutout. AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Checkers. Feast on. Live shot from the Goodyear Blimp. Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction. Phillies have dominated the Marlins so far tonight. There's the score, 4-0. Bottom of the 9th. 3 outs until the little board closes. Let's get an update with Craig Minervini.
All right, the little board is closing. I do want to get an update, though. Stephanie's going to add on here for the bucket list. These are the prime tickets, floor tickets for the Heat, tickets to all the big games in town, and you got an add-on on that.
Yeah, we got a Matt Moore autographed helmet courtesy of the Dolphins, 4 tickets to the 2013 Discover Orange Bowl, and a $300 gift certificate to Prime 112. It's kind of a big deal.
Wow, all added on, guys, to the floor tickets, club seats 4 for the Dolphin game. You got 4 Diamond Club tickets to a Marlin game, including limo transportation, 4 ice tickets on ice for the Panthers, Toby Keith concert, Almost don't have enough time to say all the things here. Hotel stay for 4. That's the incredible bucket list experience. It's $7,000 right now. Remember, if you can get it up to $10,000, David Sampson matches it, and another group will go as well. So that's neat. Let's get to the little board too, guys. As we're getting out of the pitches here, and we're up to $1,550. We only got a couple outs to go here on the Cliff Floyd Man Cave Watch Party. $1,000 and a few other ones. The Stanton helmet went up also.
Yes, it did. Right away, it went up to $1,100.
And the Friday Night Live package at $600. Last out, and this board will close.
Line drive out to center field.
You know, lost a little bit in this with Jose Reyes tonight. His 2 hits early in the game against Cole Hamels. Jose Reyes now has hit in every game but one since the All-Star break. 29 of 30 games.
Carlos Lee, Cole Hamels with a changeup, and that's been there from the very start. Again, if you're bidding on one of the mini board items, it closes with the 3rd out of this bottom of the 9th inning. Game ends, your chance ends. So call now. Let's pop that phone number up there if we can for those at home that are bidding. There it is, 305-480-3474. 305-480-3474. Big board item will go 15 minutes after final out. Lee pops it back behind first. All right, you got 1 out, folks. If you're on the mini board and you want one of those, if you want in on the fan cave, if you want the fantasy draft party with all your friends in the clubhouse and the catered event, those are the totals right now. If you get your bid in before the out is made, it's a legal bid. It doesn't have to go up on the board. But if you get the bid in before the out is made, that's the official word from our judges.
All right, the fantasy draft party's up to 700. We've got movement here. What happened? Cliff, what'd that go to?
1,600.
1,600 on the man cave. That's for at Cliff Floyd's house football party. 5 televisions he has in his man cave. 10 of you catered party at Cliff's house. That's neat. 1,100 on the Stanton bat and helmet, guys.
All right, if you get the bid in before the final out, it's a legal bid. Here's the 1-1. Stanton, a rocket to left down the line, and that's into the corner. Giancarlo Stanton may have raised a little more money with that double as he extends the night. And for Stanton, double number 23, our Warren Henry drive of the game.
He's had some swings tonight where he's been fooled. That time Hamels did not fool him, and Stanton with one of those patented hard line drives.
I wonder if that'll help the value of the bat. 305-480 fish.
Yeah, the bat's at $1,100.
Okay, the Stanton bat and helmet, $1,100.
No, we still have $1,100. Yep.
It's chaos on the mini board there.
I'm wondering why Jordana is not using the eraser. she's got blue all over her hands. It's a Fox Sports. Look at this.
It's all for the kids,
all
Greg.
Right, it's for the cause, yeah, okay.
Here's the 0-1 to Kearns. The fastball from Hamels is a strike. You know, you got to like, Charlie Manuel's an old school manager. Hamels out there right now, and no one's up in the Phillies pen right now. Is it Cole? Here's the ball. Go finish it.
I'm sure they talked about it between innings as well.
Kearns fouls it off out of play. And Hamels, who's had such a terrific run with the Phillies, his career numbers, if he wins this ball game, he'll go to 87 and 60. His career ERA in the low 3s, 3.35 coming in.
We talked about it earlier. Of his 60 losses, 20 of his losses against 10 to the Mets, 10 to the Marlins.
Broken bat, little roller. Utley has it, and that's it. And so Cole Hamels has thrown back-to-back shutouts. He shut out Atlanta his last start. He shuts out Miami here, going the distance. A brilliant effort for Hamels. 5 strikeouts, just the 7 hits.